Hey.
Okay, so is everyone working a-okay here and connected? Oh, Mecron joined the game, so that's good.
Yes. We're all
Yes,
together.
I.
Ah, and Mecron's loud and clear on the mics. Good stuff, good stuff. All right,
Yep.
so welcome to my stream, Kerberos Productions. Thank you very much for joining me, and we're super hyped about drilling you guys with questions.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Fantastic. How about we start by just doing a little introduction about who I'm speaking with. So, anybody can go first. Who would like to go first?
Game creator, go first.
Yes. Okay, I'll start. I am Martin Solis, also known as Mecron. I am the creative director and CEO of Kerberos Productions. And the Pit was my first professional board game design. Go, John.
John, I'm John Yakimo, and I did a lot of the art for this board game. You can see the little creatures on the board. You can see the models that I sculpted, and you can see the art in the background there. That was my contribution. It's the pretty pictures, some of them.
Yeah, that background behind the rooms look awesome. I really like how that
Thank
looks.
you.
Yeah, it looks badass.
Yep.
And I'm Forrest Wheeler. I'm assistant designer and also the guy a lot of you, if anyone watching has ever played it at a board game convention, it was probably me or Chris, but probably me.
All right.
I played it a few times.
Once or twice, but come on.
All right, fantastic. Thank you. So I think so. How this format's gonna work is we're gonna like play about one player's turn. At the end of someone's turn, well, I'll fire off a question or two, and we'll work with that if that works with you guys.
Cool.
All right.
All right, sounds good.
So
So
should people grab their cards?
yeah. So who wants to play what class?
Ba, 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 ba.
I'll choose last.
Okay, I will grab the scout.
I'll do medic.
All right, I'll go NG.
Scout is mine. Oh. How do I grab the entirety of her cards here?
So if click and hold will get you to grab the whole deck.
Hey.
Yeah.
There it is. Thank you.
And
First
once you have
time
your
playing.
and once you have your card somewhere where you like it, I highly recommend you right click on it, go toggles, and then lock it so it doesn't move around.
All right.
Okay, so we're all going to lay out down here on the bottom of the same side of the board.
Yeah, I feel like it for the simulator. I kind of like that because being upside down is a little
Cool.
annoying.
I agree. Okay, I have to draw a clear line of demarcation between me and John.
One thing I'd recommend is just hit the letter H. It'll turn off the hand. The hand doesn't work really very well. What that does is if you click and drag something too far to the bottom, it'll try to put it in your hand, and that really isn't implemented.
Gotcha.
So it gets really
Oh
annoying.
yeah, we don't have those.
Yeah.
Not really.
Sometimes it just
Cool.
falls off into oblivion.
How do you turn a card over?
Mouse
Middle
over it
mouse
and
button.
press F.
Or that.
Aha, nice.
Another thing I recommend, Q needs to rotate. On the top, there's like a rotation degrees button. So click on rotation degrees and set that to 90 degrees, because rotating at 15 degrees is a little weird.
Where is this rotation?
I guess I should give a little rundown of the board game to my viewers here. So this is sort of starts to pit the board game, and there's 4 classes available at for now. There's the scout, there's the marine, and there's the medic. And I myself am playing the engineer. Oh, one thing I recommend is change your color on the top right to something that matches your class. It's kind of helpful.
Yeah.
It'll
I
move your
already
spot, but it doesn't really matter. So you got Mecron on the marine. We got Forrest on the scout, I believe, right? Sorry,
medic.
Forrest on the medic. I mean, sorry, and John on the scout. Did I get that right? So this game tries to simulate basically the sort of the pit roguelike experience, and basically what you're trying to do is get to the next level over here, And along the way, there's a hallway you need to get through, and there's all these rooms that you can explore along the way. You guys okay with a random start for the rooms?
Yes,
Yep.
please.
Okay, I don't think I shuffled them, actually. We should shuffle everything before we do anything. So feel free to shuffle all the monster cards. So how you shuffle is you click and hold, and you give it a good shake, and that'll shuffle.
I do it. I'm gonna shuffle it. I did a good job.
Oh, did you say you are shuffling it, or you gave it a shuffle already?
Oh, I just shuffled some
Okay,
stuff.
got it.
It was great. I had a great time.
Okay. All right. Now let's get the rooms up there.
I'm throwing stuff at people.
Oh, the table flip option is active.
Yes.
This could all be flipped at any time.
All right, I got assistant menu card. Have a nice day. Woohoo!
Nice.
All right. So first thing we'll do, we'll roll a d6. I like making these d6s bigger to see who goes first. I got a 2.
Jack dice.
Oh,
Oh, I
it
rolled
into
it into the bag. Wow.
Lost.
There you go.
6.
That was pretty skill. 4.
4. How do I throw it and force I?
You didn't have to be in the office for that.
Damn it.
Did everybody roll? Or
Yeah,
haven't
I rolled a
yet.
4.
Who's next?
Go, John.
All right, so just me. Okay, here we
Yeah.
go.
I rolled a 2, so I'm probably last.
4.
Tie for a 4.
All right, roll off. Not off the table. Don't worry, it'll rematerialize. You rolled a 2.
I'll re-roll that, in my opinion. There
Ah.
we go.
Take that, John.
The cheatering.
That's right.
All right. So I think we're pretty much set up. So how about we go through my list of questions here, fire one off at you.
Yep.
All right, this one's probably for Mecron.
Yep.
When did Kerberos start? Can you tell us a bit about how it got started?
Oh, that'll be a long story, which I will tell. So we want to start right now, right?
I mean, we can go
Yes.
as casually
This-
slow
this-
as you want. Or,
Yeah, I will slowly move my piece, what I say.
Sure.
Way back when, in the very early 2000s, there was a company called, tip your fig over. There was a company called Barking Dog, which was a small developer in Vancouver, which had done Counter-Strike, one of the first kind of pro revisions of Counter-Strike. And what am I facing here? Oof. And they were also committed to doing a that's where I wanted to be. Okay, they were committed to doing this expansion for Homeworld called Cataclysm. I had written the script for Homeworld, so they asked me to come in and work on Cataclysm with them. And we got along so well that I joined the company writer and then designer. And we made Cataclysm, and then we made Treasure Planet, which was the cool game, not the other awful games. And then a couple of years later, we got bought by Rockstar.
Oh, really?
Yep. And what had become the team I was lead on got employed to start making a game called Bully.
That's a good
which
one.
had
I know that one.
yeah, well, there are so many tales to tell about that. But let's just say that we were pulling for it to be kind of like a Ferris Bueller Simpsons type of thing,
Okay.
and the powers that be were pulling for it to be a British private school beatings and rapes in the bathroom kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so that team, people started to quit and leave, and the core of that team kind of really liked hanging out and being together. So we chose, after we had all kind of wandered away, we chose to get back together again and start Kerberos Productions.
Oh, that's cool. That's nice.
Yep. And immediately started working on Sword of the Stars, which was a hybrid 4X real-time combat game for spaceships. And yeah, that's how it all started.
Actually, that kind of goes into my second question, so I'm going to fire it off right now. Thanks for that.
Sure.
Can you tell us? This could be directed at anybody, but can you tell us a little bit about Kerberos' products overall? So you kind of delve into sort of the starts, but you can elaborate on that
Yeah,
if you'd like.
I'll probably go with that one too, since I think I've been here for all of them. John's been here second longest. So
Okay, gotcha.
I think he might have. He
Just
missed the
about there,
original. Yeah. So there was Sword of the Stars. Do you want me to just say and expansions, or try and name them, because that might take a while?
We did a lot.
Plus
There's Sword of the
expansions
Stars.
We'll do. Yeah.
Yeah. Sword of the Stars. Well, we started with the 4 races: Hyver, Tark, Human, and Lear, and then we did 2 expansions, which added the Zool and the Marigi, and then we added. When Paradox came on as publisher, we did a kind of weapons pack ship section expansion for them called Argos Navy Yard. And then what else did we do? We did a little quirky experimental game called Fort Zombie,
Which is back on Steam. Well, on
Yes.
Steam for the first time.
Oh, really?
in
Okay.
many
Yeah.
years. Yeah. Well, we got like, it's an old, okay, it is such an old game that when we put it out on other game selling services online, first of all, they were all in their fledgling states. But it was so long ago that we were like, hey, this is a very quirky, very experimental game. It's not even really a game. It's more like a tech demo. Therefore, we're only selling it for like $10. And people are like, no one sells games for $10. What are you doing? What's happening? We don't understand. Like, there is like no cheap indie game scene whatsoever when we sold Fort Zombie.
So you're
And
saying
it was exactly as
you're the pioneers of cheap indie games.
sort of, right? Or like we were like a year early and $1 short, because if we'd come out a year later, people would go, oh, cool, that's great. Instead, they were like, really suspicious.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
But we that game test bedded a lot of technologies and designs that we wanted to see in the first. Like, for instance, we all love playing Fallout, but we didn't like the fact that you could be chased by 1,000 monsters and go through the door and you were fine, right?
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay.
Like the instance things, right? So we were working on like a world that was fully open and very touched. So, like a Just Cause long before its time. And in a lot of things that's became standard in zombie games, like finding survivors and letting them join your team and building up a base and repairing weapons, that whole sort of thing, like crafting. That game was actually an experiment and all that stuff.
Cool. Wow.
And like I said, but it was so quirky, and like I said, it was done in XNA, which is that very not a great language to do anything in, and it had its quirks, and it never did work properly, but we warned people ahead of time. But since then, there's been so many people asking, where can I get it? Because it went off sales like ages ago, that we finally went, okay, well, fan service. If you want it, you can get the old girl. That's what she is on Steam right now.
Wow. When did you guys release that?
Monday.
Monday. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
We released Pod on Friday and Fort Zombie on Monday.
All right. Oh, pretty cool.
Fort Zombie was, like I said, just released as a fan thank you, basically.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yep. And then after that, we got in the slightly dubious contract for Sword of the Stars 2, which was not good for anybody, but we tried our best. To be fair, both to Paradox and us, in a way, that game weathered the 2008 financial collapse, right? Didn't weather it well, but
yeah,
both parties got through it, barely survived it, so it suffered heavily for that.
Gotcha. That was
but Paradox,
right?
Yep, which Paradox still owns the sales rights for it, and they keep selling it merrily away, so, people keep playing that game.
Nice.
Yeah. And then we did an expansion for that, and we supported it for like a year and a half or so. And then we went on to go full indie because, working with publishers was not healthy. So we did kind of a traditional war game called Ground Pounders, which is on Steam. And then we did a wacky little monsters invading the world strategy game called Kaiju A Go Go.
Mhm.
And
Also still
before
on
we did either of those two, we did the sort of stars the pit, a roguelike game.
Oh, that's well, yeah. I was kind of like it. Sort of the pit was
Were we
kind of
building
like
up to that for?
well, yeah, because it overlapped that entire period of time, right? Because sort of
Yeah.
Stars of Pit was like a way of life for like 5 years.
I was like,
Yeah, the first thing we did when we went full indie was we started working on me, Degrassi, and Dave started working fairly quietly on Pit, which was my idea of a science fiction roguelike because I'd always loved rogues since the Atari ST days. And we kind of put that together as a 3-man project for a while, and then once it got going, we brought the rest of the team in, and yeah, that one has turned out to be our signature game in terms of sales and success. It is up there.
very nice.
And yeah, and then now after these years, we are revisiting it. The Pit 2 will be still turn-based and 3D third-person viewpoints, but we are changing it to modern 3D art values and stuff like that. So what you're seeing with Pod, which we released, Pit of Doom, is a literal translation of the original Pit to first-person values and aesthetics and multiplayer, as a test bed for certain technologies that we'll need for the Pit 2, but also just for fun. Like as we were testing those techs, we're like, this is kind of crazy fun running around here and doing multiplayer stuff and stuff. So, we just continued the adaptation and put it out there.
Yeah, definitely cool to see that product come out. A lot of people are excited about it, for sure.
Yeah, most people are grooving on it. A few people a little grumpy, but the vast majority are pretty excited about it, and I'm glad. Right?
Some people are just, the idea is like, nope, not gonna happen. Nope, not even touching it.
Well, that's what oh yeah,
some people are like that, which is fine.
Yeah, exactly right. Though there was a couple of them, it's just like, well, I take some of that stuff as like a dare, right? It's like you'll never make it. It's like, okay, I'll take that bet. And since it will get more expensive over time, right? So the full game is in after early access. It's just like, if anybody like complains about the price, I'll tell them to go talk to the people who kind of shagged us at the beginning.
Yeah,
It's just like, yeah, those guys owe you $15.
All right, fantastic. All right, thank you for that. Let's
okay.
try to
Now I will
scratch
attack
off
this monster.
Do you want to
Yes.
maybe do a full explanation of what you're doing for this attack?
Okay, this is the start of the first term. I moved into this hallway.
Sorry to interrupt, but if you want to point something, just hit tab and it'll do a little arrow like that. If you want to.
So I moved here, and I took this position in the hall. Monsters attack a certain position there. That he will attack 2, and if he can't find anybody at 2, he'll move up. So that's why I took position 1 before I flipped him. It's an enlarged virus who I met in the hallway, and I am going to. He has a defense of 1, and I have, going back to my side of the board. Should have done. There we go. I have tap 2 attack dice naturally, and I will use my blade, which also has 2 attack dice, and I have no inherent luck dice or fate dice, and the blade has 1. So I will be rolling 4 red dice and 1 blue. And now I will go in search of dice because this is weird.
There they are in the upper right. Look at them.
Yes, they are there. Okay, how do I stop tabbing?
Hit F1 if you want to get rid of that ruler, I think.
There we go. Okay. So I could draw a box around, right?
Yep. You can also control click to grab some. I'll go ahead. I'll roll defense against you.
Yeah, I will move the 1 blue over here. Then I will roll all of them. And that was lousy.
And that was a good roll.
2, 3, and a 7.
Okay, because I'm the Marine, I get to re-roll any one combat roll, and I'm going to re-roll this one.
It's legit cheating.
It is. That is cocked. There we go. Okay, so 3 hits. Yeah, 3 hits and 1 special. And the special on the blade does +1 damage to attack. So also I have combat rifle or combat mastery as a skill. So that lets me turn 1 miss into a hit. So that okay, how do I ungrab? Damn it.
Let me fix that for you. So
Yeah.
you were like this. So if you just click anywhere to unselect all the dice. And
Gotcha.
if you want to change the value of a dice, mouse over
Yeah.
it and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Gotcha. Got it.
There you go.
Cool. So that would be 4 hits altogether, +1 for the special. So 5 dice. I rolled 4 dice. I got 5 hits. You rolled 2 on defense, so 3 get through.
Yep. So we put 3
And
damage.
the monster
on
has
the
5
monster.
hit points. So we take 3 damage markers and put them on top.
Take snap
There you go.
off. Snap.
So this is such a strange and cool way to play the game.
It is, isn't it? I like it.
I want to
Especially
go back in
for,
time and I want to go back in time to my 12-year-old self and tell him this is coming. Okay.
Especially for, I
And
like
now the
this a
end of-
lot for streaming, because
Yeah,
Pictures
exactly.
here.
watching a board game is a little rough streaming wise, but like I have control of the camera, I can zoom in, I can like
Exactly.
know stuff. It's really nice for streaming, so I like that a lot.
Yeah. So, and I'm just, because the end of my turn, I'm using my food right there. And that is the end of my turn.
All
'Cause I
right,
did not use ammo because I used a blade. So I moved my marker to turn ended. And now it is the scout's turn.
all right.
Yes.
I'll squeeze in another question here if that's okay.
Yes.
So I got one from the chat here. So Solus Phoenix asks, will Pit 2, not Pit of Doom, be made with 3D models in a tile-based set?
Yes. That is exactly correct.
Okay. All right. You kind of answered this already, so I'll ask it anyways. But which of your products was the most successful overall, in your opinion? That's probably for Metro.
In terms of, that's actually hard. That's right. In terms of raw sales, it's the pit. In terms of biggest
There we go.
product, it still has to be the original Sword of the Stars, because
Sword of the
that
Stars.
created the entire universe, right?
Yeah.
The universe that the pit is set in was created in Sword of the Stars, and 3 or 4 games have already been set in that universe and will continue to be so. So
Cool. So like financially, the Pit, but notoriety, Sword of the Stars, kind of like
and company
on the
building Sword of the Stars,
company
right?
building. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Thanks to our goddess of lore, Erin Dembo, for fleshing out the universe. It is
Yep.
a huge, vibrant place.
Yeah, Aaron Dembo is an actual professional science fiction writer, I believe, right? I think that's a good way to label her. And
Yep.
pretty awesome that Sword of the Stars had her in the back there, writing all the cool stuff for us and making up the world.
Yep.
So that's pretty awesome.
And creating most of the races you see.
Yeah, we'll squeeze in one more question. This one is open for anybody. So, I'll toss this one at Forrest to start with, I guess. He's been pretty quiet. So, which of your
Sure.
products was your favorite to produce?
I mean, that's an easier question for me because I've only touched
It's just
the
the
board
one,
game.
I guess.
hit the board game.
Oh,
I
so
did
you've
some
only
work on
been
the
around
original
for the
Pit.
board game. Okay, cool. It's good to know.
Yeah.
I did some work on the medic DLC for the original Pit,
Okay, cool.
and then Pit of Doom is the big release that I've been working on.
All right. What about
I'm
you,
growing. I'm growing Forest from seed to become a designer.
What about you, John? Which of your products is your
jeez.
favorite to produce?
Ask me which of my children I like the most.
That's right.
I don't know. I had they're all very different games, and I had very different responsibilities for them. There's a special place in my heart for all the characters I designed for our game Kaiju A Go-Go. The premise
Yeah,
is
they're
that you're a
wonderful.
mad scientist creating a giant monster to conquer the world, and I got to design the kaiju and the scientists, and
Nice.
just basically had free reign to design them. So
Kind of remind me a bit of the original Godzilla on the NES. There, just going from town to town, smashing.
Yeah, we
every-
were
smashing every
drawing-
town.
yeah.
Pretty cool.
You know,
little game.
obviously Godzilla was a big influence, Ultraman, all those wacky giant monster movies. But speaking of me, I got my scout moved into spot 3 here.
Okay.
I'm going to grab a handful of dice. I'm going to be using the vibro knife which gives me 2 red dice, so 3 red dice altogether, and then 3 blue dice. Just roll this.
All right, I'll roll defense again. So I got him the first
All
time.
right, 1, 2, 3 hits.
Oh damn, high roll.
And then we
defense.
got 9, which is nothing. 6, which uses up extra food. That's not great. And 2, which is a special trigger, which causes one of the hits to be an armor-piercing hit, so it automatically goes through. So that automatically does another point of damage.
Yep.
So we got the 1 left. All right, what defense did you roll?
I rolled a 2.
Is that... Oh, that's okay. So it's still alive.
Still the toughest virus ever.
Rats. All right. Okay, well that's my turn. I'll move. Oh, that's someone already did that. Better take.
Nice.
Gotta
Yeah.
take my food down double because I got
You rolled that
Extra-
on your fate dice.
That's an extra hungry attack. I think that's me.
All right, I'm gonna squeeze in a question from the chat here. Let me just. It's a big one. Let me see. All right, how much do you folks think that you'll diverge from the slower, methodical pacing of a top-down turn-based game for the Pit of Doom, and what you're most concerned and excited about addressing in the change of player perspective? That is a question from Anam Allison. It is a mouthful.
Yeah, changing of. I mean, early on, you just map stuff over the best you can. As we've been testing and playing and developing, things that were relatively simple, like the balance of weapons, starts to deviate radically because pointing. When it's a turn-based game, you can just say, okay, this rifle is only going to hit 40% of the time at very close range because rifles are all big and clumsy, right? But when you translate that to an FPS situation, that has to take on a different meaning. And in the physics situation, the bullet has to leave the barrel of the gun, which means you have to start doing interesting things like drifting the barrel of the gun according to how good or bad you are at handling the weapon.
It's a really strange mechanic to try to make work in FPS. The whole weapon skill, like how does that work in first person? So that's a challenge.
That's what I mean. Like
That is a
right now
challenge.
right now we're working. Yeah, it's a big challenge, and we're working at it with it, trying to actually constrain it to actual physical accuracy. If it comes still, no one likes it, then we're willing to fall back to the traditional damage increasing from skill. But I think what people need to realize is that Kerberos as a company is about doing things different and trying to see what can be done that other people haven't done yet. So we're more than happy to experiment to try and get things to go, let's say, in a different way than your typical run and gun, right? We still want it to be fun, but we're not afraid of, deconstructing the genre and rebuilding it.
Yeah,
We did that with the original. We did that with Sword of the Stars. We did that with Zombie, right?
Yeah,
It's kind of
definitely.
our thing.
Definitely got to have a lot of courage to try to turn to make like a first ever, pretty much FPS like based on classic style roguelike. Also making a co-op. When I heard both of those things,
Yeah.
I'm like, really? You guys are nuts.
Yep.
Good luck.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you should have. Oh, when we first did our first interviews about Sword of the Stars, and we're doing a Space 4X game, turn-based, but with real-time combat in 3D. No, you can't, because people don't want to do that. Right? It's like, well, we'll see. And then it's like, well, how are you going to do all the management? It's like, well, we don't think that, Star Lords like build movie theaters and, recycling plants on planets. That's not we want the action dialed in on. So basically you're going to be concerned about building ships and technology, and all your planetary development is going to be done with a slider, right? People lost their crap. It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
And reviewers were not kind initially either, but the fan base deathly loyal about it. So yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Let's. Thank you for that. Let's do the medic's turn. Go ahead, Forrest.
We'll go to position 4 if I can get in there without falling over.
Actually, I have a question for you guys. So, if you move here as the medic, are you allowed to peek the room before taking down that monster?
Nope.
New.
Monster
You
has
can't.
to be dead.
It has to be dead. Oh, we haven't been playing like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I thought you it's already been engaged, so you can peek the room before you kill
Nope.
it. Can't do that.
Nope.
Huh.
Nope. We're assuming that if you ever turn your bike back, no matter who is fighting, it will take a chunk out of your bum.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just gonna take a look in this room, guys. You guys handle the horrific
right.
giant monster.
Yeah.
I want to see what this room's got.
Alright, I'll roll defense
right.
for him again.
Yeah, I'm using my combat baton.
Did you take all my
What the
dice?
hell? I rolled
Three.
another 6. Oh no. I'm high rolling
Ooh,
like
well.
crazy.
I got a special, a 6, and a 4. So that makes it stunned, which means it no longer has a defense die, which means it's dead.
Huh?
Because
Wait.
it only had 1 health left.
How did you do damage to it?
So I got 2 hits.
Uh-huh.
I stunned it with the special because I'm using the combat baton.
Oh, so the stun applies immediately? Not for
Yep.
the next player?
Yep.
That's strange. Okay. So
Oh,
it
it's
shreds
an
the
instant
armor. It shreds the armor at the same time as you hit before you even get to hit him. Okay. Weird. I haven't been doing that at all. I've always been doing it so that it sets up the stun for the next person, basically. So the stun applies. So you basically erase this one defense from them.
Yeah, basically, yeah, because the player's attack comes in before
It
the
never-
monster rolls their
Right.
defense.
Oh, okay. I
So
see.
any specials that are applied from the player's attack apply, as soon as
Before.
the attack hits. So, yeah.
All right. Oh, that's
Yep.
interesting. Okay. That makes the stun baton a little stronger than I expected. Than I thought.
So I will drop my food down 2.
The
because I-
medic cured the virus.
Irony.
Space syphilis got nothing on me. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. I'll gonna squeeze another question from the chat here. I'm getting a lot more chats than I thought. Chat questions than I thought.
Good.
All right, here's another one from Benoit. Kind of a funny one. If you could transmogrify into any sort of star species, what would you transmogrify into, other than a large protean, of course?
Yeah, I'll let the other guys answer first.
All right.
I guess I would do Lear because they're biologically immortal, and if they live long enough, they become gods.
Ew, we got a
Evil
space
gods.
dolphin.
Yeah, but listen. When
Next, you're gonna. What was that? You're gonna say
Good,
evil is
evil.
relative, Mr. President?
at that level of power, like, does it really matter? No.
Oh, yes,
the
yes,
answer
it
is
does.
no, it does.
Yes, it does.
I'm sure I'd be a good one.
Oh, my first clue was that you were in favor of registration. That was my clue that you were evil. So, Forrest, what about you?
It's a good question. John's point about becoming a giant space god.
I already picked Lear. No one else can pick it.
Yeah, it's already taken. Probably go with the Marigi.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Psychic bird dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Mariga's my favorite.
Lear
I'll
are
give you
psychic
that
space
much.
dolphins, by the way.
Yeah, super psionic, charming space dragons. Right. That's what's cool with them. I could be predictable and go with change Tarka male.
It's just because you get a rocket
alright.
launcher, isn't it?
Okay, I was thinking
Match
about
his
female. for a
avatar.
second.
That's what the kids are calling it these days. Yeah.
There's one. Right
There
on
you
the
go.
board.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let me start my turn. So I'm gonna hop into. All right. I'm gonna shrink myself down. Oh, that's not what I want to do.
Also, if people are asking questions in real time, they can be free to ask for clarification on other questions, right? They don't have to think of a brand new one.
All right. So I'm gonna try to. Well, I peek the room first before lockpicking.
Yep.
Right. All right. So peek the room. This is a medical bay.
There's these awesome models.
So 2, and I spawn the monsters now, right?
Yep.
That's right. Oh man, can we look for a specific card, or are
Yeah.
we just going to be
so if
flipping
someone
all of
can
them?
do that
search.
for me, I would like that. So you can right click on
I'll do
the deck and search. Only one person
I
can
got it.
search the deck at a time. All right, thanks, buddy. So this is what a room looks like. So basically, we spawn 2 A monsters. I'm just gonna explain for chat here. We spawn 1 crazed surgeon. This is the loot. All those loot in the room is A, and it's a medical room, so you can do stuff to try to heal. And that's pretty much how rooms are. There's also an ambush on a 4+, so I roll that now, right?
Yep.
All right, so on a 4+, we get ambush, which means we don't know what it is. So I rolled 5 for the first one, and I rolled 3 for the second one. So the second one is revealed, and it is an MK2.
Ooh.
All right. All right, so I'm definitely not going in there alone. So,
Yeah.
I'm probably going to just eat food and end my turn.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not even sure that one's worth our interest right now, anyways.
You just leave it
We're not-
locked.
Yeah, we're not too beat up. It's only 4A loots and Yeah.
Oh, I have a question about this card now that it's come up.
sure.
Why? Like the odds of knocking someone out with this are ridiculously low, even on an engineer. Like rolling 3 specials is like, I forgot I calculated it, but it's like 1 in like 600 or something like that. So it's basically his thing only spawns like 1 in 600 chance. I think this guy either why even write that, or I think that needs to be modified or something because it doesn't really do anything.
No, sometimes an outside chance is an outside chance.
Yeah, but I mean it's 1 in 600 or 1 in 400. I forget what the odds are, but I calculated it. And it was
Yeah,
just like, this is ridiculous.
You know
Why?
who never becomes game designers? Statisticians. Ever. Right?
All right, just my 2 cents. I just think
Yep,
I think it'd be
it's great. It's
modified
groovy.
a
It just games don't work that way, right? Like, you know.
All right. So we just finished our player phase. So this is basically how a turn goes through: is player action phase, and then there's these other phases down here. So now we're gonna go through the monster phase. So first thing that happens
Monster
is
phase.
monsters will move or attack if they can, but
You
there's
did the phase.
nothing here just yet.
The
We're all
monster
in-
phase. Come on, you guys. It's Halloween. Work with me.
We get it.
It was
Halloween.
Yeah.
It was
It's Christmas the 1st.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so I'll go ahead and do the wandering track just to explain.
Yep.
So down here is what we call a wandering track. So these are enemies that are just wandering around that may eventually spawn and get in our way. So what we do is we roll 1 dice plus another dice if we're in the hallway. So it's going to be 2 total dice. So we'll roll 2 dice. I rolled 3. So that means this thing moves 3 times. It has a move speed of 1. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. And then we spawn another monster in the A. It's another bat. All right,
Just like Pod.
so that is the end of the monster phase. So now we're on special action phase. So during special action phase, you can do 4 things. You can use items that require special action, special phase, such as a med kit or a gun repair kit. You can trade with other people. You can level up, and finally, you can loot your dead comrades. Those are the 4 things you can do.
We don't like to talk about that, though.
All right. Does anybody want to use anything or trade anything?
I am going to eat a food from my Soul Force rations.
Okay.
Because my experience, being a medic is a hungry job.
All those extra fate dice.
And let's do start order.
Yeah, I'm good on actions.
I'm good too.
So, going Marine.
Yeah.
We're going Engineer, Scout, Medic.
Cool.
Gazoon type.
Bless you.
That was a Tumo sneeze, wasn't it?
It was.
Nope, it was just Degrassi.
Was
What?
it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an
Mhm.
up pitch there at the end. Yeah.
It was a sneeze from across the room.
I may have spent too many years in offices with these people.
You know them by their sneeze.
Okay,
Alright.
so I will go first again. And it's exploring time because I cannot open that door and I don't want to open that door. Ah! It's hard to gauge how far in the air you've dropped that thing from.
Yeah.
Okay,
To be honest, we don't use when I play with other people. We don't use those things because they're so flimsy. But we can continue using them. The figurines.
2. 1 monster.
MK1.
Oh, and a security bot. Okay, I'm going full auto in this one because last time was kind of embarrassing. So that'll be 6 dice and 2 blue. First one. There's a blue. There's another blue. Somebody bring me a couple of red dice over. Go.
There you go.
Grab all of them.
Oh.
Yeah, no, so thank you. Got
I
it
hope you
again.
guys don't have too much of a time limit because I'm getting a lot of questions from chat.
That's okay. You can kind of feed us to it. Like we're pretty
Okay.
chatty B words, right? So we don't mind answering questions.
All right, cool.
Oh, I'm totally keeping that one. That goes to a
That's a
hits.
roll up here. All right. Someone roll defense.
And this is just a armor piercing because I have sniper skill. That I can shoot again if I want. What's 6 again, Forrest?
6 is extra resource.
Ugh. Okay, so somebody roll defense against all those
I
points.
did.
Well,
Block 2. It's dead.
booyah! Thank
Nailed it.
you. I will take my trophy. Mine. Okay. Oh, and I take my food down. And there you go. Okay, ask another question.
All right, here we go. Were you surprised by the amount of success Sword of the Stars the Pit had? That one comes back.
A little, yeah, but I really thought we'd nailed it, so I was gratified by the amount of success, right?
Nice.
I was surprised by how much people like playing an old school rogue. That's what I was really happy about. Because a lot of the stuff that we did had kind of drifted out of the genre a bit, right? Like the starving to death and the obscenely unfair death by monster, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I cut my rogue teeth on Rogue for the Atari ST, right? So I was used to that. I must have played like 1,000 games of that. So I was used to that. You get unlucky and the ogre shows up on floor 2 and just splat, right?
Yeah.
But then you find the next game you find +5 enchanted plate on floor 4,
two
right?
or
And you're
four, yeah.
and and you're a god till floor 12, right? So
Yeah.
that's what we're trying to recreate, and I was happy that other people wanted to come with.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot of what resonated with me personally. As far as the pit is, you can find a ridiculously overpowered item on floor 4, or not find anything for 20 floors. You never that excitement every time you try to access some locked weapon container. Like that's very important.
And I was really happy watching guys like you just play it again and again and again, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Made me happy because I don't go, oh good, I sold the game, I'm done. I was like, if I sell a game to someone, I want them playing for at least 40 hours, right? Like that's my personal standard, right?
Gotcha.
If people play 500 hours, then I'm totally happy.
Okay. All right. Let me ask one from the chat here. I'm gonna. Nico, Mercy for the Meek asks, what do you think about the quality of life mod for the pit by Nico Lizard? Just a general question. Are you aware of the mods that are out there?
Oh, yeah.
For the pit.
Yep.
Okay.
I actually met creator down at GameX in LA.
You met who? Sorry.
So personally, I think he's a very cool guy.
He met Nico
Oh, you met Nico. Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah.
There
in
you go.
LA. Yeah.
Yeah, Nico's done a lot of work. I haven't tried his mods. I'm not a very big mod person, but I do plan on trying the quality of life one soon. But let me re-ask the question. So, what do you think about the quality of life mod that Nico has created?
No, it's cool, right? I mean, some things I wouldn't have done myself, but like I said, if people love it, I love it. That's what I like about modding, right?
Can you give one example of that, of something that you wouldn't do yourself? Sorry about that, John.
I would have probably not specifically, like all the extra information is good.
Yeah.
I might have not done all of it just because information flooding is not something that appeals to me personally. But like for instance, like in the quality of life, it's great. But for instance, a game, I've seen information flooding ruin some games for me, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like when the City of Heroes guys made Champions, right? And they got harangued by the people who wanted to see all the crunchy numbers every time they fought, right? It's just like, yeah, no, I don't need a superhero to fire an energy bolt and then see 7 + 5 × 2 for environment plus 6 for standing still, right? It's like, but that's it. I'm not saying Nikos does that. I just said like as my natural instinct, I would not have included all that extra information, right?
All right. Did you have something you want to add there, John?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I was looking at it just last week. I noticed that they added the Marigi Warbot in as a playable character.
Oh, yeah.
And earlier they'd added the Crazed Human as a playable character.
Yeah, Crazed Human's one of the newest ones. That's not the quality of life mod. That's like the fan mod.
Oh, I was just looking at I was looking
Yeah.
at mods.
Quality of life mod is a
Yeah.
mod that he tries to make just so it doesn't change. Tries to not change balance at all, just to try to change some things that are tedious or annoying. Whereas the fan mod just does everything crazy. You
I know. Okay. Okay. Lucky, if you want to take a small aside for what anybody trying to get developers to be nicer and friendlier about mods, try not to use super negative words like that in conversation.
Tedious and annoying.
Oh, tedious.
Right.
and annoying. Yeah.
How dare he?
It's just like walking up to someone you want to date, and it's like, "Hey, I brought you these new pair of pants. They don't make your ass look as fat. Can we go out now?"
Yeah. I mean, anyway, I don't have personal complaints, but your game wasn't perfect, and it never will, and it
Nope.
isn't. So.
No, but but
Yeah.
I'm just talking about that thing that I see a lot of modders do, right? Which is
Yeah.
being a modder, and especially about trying to get support from developers. It's like it never hurts to just
if they want support and they're being rude at the same
just
time.
in general,
Yeah, okay, I see
right?
what you're
You
saying.
know, yeah, right. You know,
We super love fan and we're super flattered and everything, but
Yeah.
the void comments like, "Hey, I fixed your dumb game and all the stupid stuff you did in it."
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
come
Yeah.
on.
That's
It's
not
just like
cool.
if I was. It's just like if I was commenting on a mod, I would never go, "Oh, I thought that was a completely childish," right? It's just like
Yeah.
no, right? Like just don't do that. Someone else is putting their stuff and stuff, you know.
All right, let's. Thank you for that. Let me play my turn now. Marine, you're done, right?
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna take my turn.
Get these doors open.
Yeah, let's take a peek. See what's inside.
Ooh, I love armories.
So we got one bee monster. So let's flip that there, and we have. Could someone get the light security bot
Yep.
for me? And I'll
I'm
roll
on it.
for ambush. I got a 1, so we get to see it. Oops, flip that one. So we have a Zool pup. All right, we're definitely going in there.
Yeah, you can handle this
So
with.
lockpick is it's a tough lockpick, unfortunately. So it's 4+. So the lockpicking check is right here. It's 4
Yep.
plus the floor that we're on. We're on floor 1, so it's a total of 5 hits.
Yep.
So, and I have 4 finesse plus 1 lockpicking, so I have a total of 5 dice. So let's give that a go. 1, 2.
Do you have a lockpick set?
Oh yeah, we're not naked. I'm so used to playing naked mode.
Yeah.
I'm so used to playing naked mode that I am going to use my lockpick set. So lockpick set adds 4 dice, right?
Yep.
Correct.
All right. So I said 5 total, so that'll be 9 total. All right, so this won't be so hard. I'm so used to playing naked mode. I'm not used to all these lovely tools that you start with. All right, so let's give it a roll here. 9.
Oh, it's a lot of dice.
Yeah, it is a lot
That
of
door
dice.
opens.
That door is lockpicked into oblivion, basically.
Exactly.
Opens and then it
opens, though.
closes and then it opens again.
So where are these guys attacking? 3 and 4? I'm gonna go to 1 then. And do I want to use my pistol or my knife? Yeah, I'm gonna use my pistol. Start working on the Zool pup, I think. Yeah. Start working on the Zool pup. So I have 1 attack here and 2 attack here, plus 1 fate dice here and 1 fate dice here. So that's a total of 3 red dice and 2 blue dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And can someone roll defense for me?
Yep. You're rolling against the Zool pup.
Yep.
1.
1 defense. So I rolled 1, 2, 3, and I rolled a 6 and a 4. So let's go look at the fate dice. It's basically like luck. So I use extra resource and a nothing. So I use 2 bullets.
Nope, you're looking. Right, yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah. I use 2 bullets and I deal 2 damage. So 2 bullets. And I eat food and I end my turn. Let's go put 2 damage on the Zool pup.
Which is a darn good start.
All right, let me ask another question before we do the next turn. Let's see. Can you elaborate on how Rogue has influenced the development of the pit?
Oh.
You kind of touched on this
More
a
than
little, but we'll.
I was gonna say I kind of rambled on and on about that.
Yeah,
but yeah.
yeah.
But no, the really short answer is it influenced everything, right? Everything that the pit is had its roots somewhere in Rogue, right? So the mod biomods for weapons and armor that's because I was like, oh God, did I ever love being forced to desperately use a scroll without knowing what it was?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's a science fiction game. No such thing as scrolls. It's like, oh, but you could have a modifier, right? That you wouldn't know unless you identified it.
Hmm.
That sort of thing. So yeah, every part somehow flows from Rogue, right? I have no shame in saying that because
Yeah.
it was such a wonderful game.
And it shows.
Right.
Like I've loved the original Rogue, and you see a lot of the same stuff in there, and that's I love it. Personally,
Good.
and I think that's what most people who are familiar with both games can truly see that. You love Rogue, man. The creators of the pit
Yeah.
definitely liked Rogue. Absolutely, you can tell.
Well, that's why, and that's what we're trying to do with Pod, right? It's just like, can we bring that feeling to real time? It's a challenge.
Oh yeah,
but-
I bet. Yeah, it'll be cool. All right, let me ask one from the chat here. Let's see. All right, this Benoit asks, is there going to be a Pit 2 like this that is good for single player? I think that was the question.
A Pit 2 like this, as in...
Yeah, let me see. I guess he means like the first Pit.
Yeah.
Is there going to
Yeah,
be
the
a
Pit-
Pit 2 like this
There-
that is good for
right.
single player? So basically, is
Just-
Pit 2
okay.
going to have like more focus on co-op, or is it going to be play? Is it going to play very well as single player? Like, what do you think? Like, it's probably way too early to guess that, but what do you think?
No, I can tell you right up. The goal of Pit 2 is to recreate everything that worked in the original Pit, upgrade it to 3D graphics so that you can see weapons and armor, helmets and stuff. Easy, right? Also, so I don't have to plot weapon physics and grids anymore, which drove me quite mad. It'll still lay out on a grid, but I can use like actual, collision and stuff now. So, because there's nothing like trying to abstract collision for pixels. That's just, but yeah, no, it will be single player. Like you'll be able to play it multiplayer, but that game will be aimed completely to be as enjoyable as a single player experience. If you had to make a leap, it would be as Pit 1 to Pit 2 will kind of be as Diablo to Diablo 2, right? Maybe not as grandiose, right? As far as 82, what was it, 3 different zones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it will be the Pit, but the Pit placed in a greater context, hopefully.
Yeah, I think a bit like if I could follow up a bit on what his question is, something that I've been wondering about, and like it must be even the Pit of Doom. I'm wondering a lot about this. Is like, how do you balance this style of game when adding more players to it? That seems like an extremely big challenge. But I hope
It is, but it's going to be fun.
like
right?
making a game that's
I mean,
like balanced and fun single player and balanced and fun
Right.
Multiplayer. That's like a roguelike is very very challenging. And I
yep,
hope
it
you guys
is
pull it off.
challenging,
Yeah.
and this is going to sound like a bit of a brag, but not. I'm just trying to get to convey having faith. You are talking to the dude who made a 4X game with 6 different drive systems and managed to keep them balanced somehow. Right. Okay. So if I'm that crazy, I'm hoping I can pull this off in multiplayer for the Pit.
We believe. We believe.
We believe. Can't say hasn't happened yet, so you're free to doubt. I'm just saying I'm applying the same level of crazy. Let's put it that way.
I'll be honest. I have my doubts, but I also have my hopes. Good.
All I'm going to say is that anybody who plays co-op but with friendly fire on has my respect.
All right, I'm eager to see that. All right, Scout, feel free to take your turn. Let's
All right. Yes, I will. I will do just that. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to get in on this room action. Give me some loot. Put myself in space number 2. Let's see here. I think I'm going to try and use my pistol to kill that, or to do some real damage to that robot. Maybe I'll be able to get a second attack in. So let's see, 4 and 2. Grab some red dice. I'm going to keep stealing my red dice.
I'll roll defense for you.
I have claimed... Oh, hold on, I got too many red dice here. All right, now I have the proper amount of dice. Oh, come on. Yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3. Combat mastery, convert 1 miss to a hit. Boom. And what's 4? Nothing. All right, so 4 hits. 4
Against
big hits
2
against. What did you roll?
defense.
Two
Yeah.
green. All right, so 2 damage. Let me just grab a 2 here. All right, I'm able to do a little bit of damage, I guess.
Not bad, not bad.
I guess that's it. Let me take my resources down here.
All up for the medic to save the day.
Yeah, medic could get in there and save us.
All right, let me squeeze another question here. How did you go from making 4X games to a classic style roguelike?
We love games. That's really it, right? Like I mean, some of you will get to see if you want. You can go look at Fort Zombie like now on Steam, just the movie that's playing there. When you make a game and it does well and you get some notoriety for it, like we went from nobody in 4X to, people trying to say we'll never be as good as was Space Dock's 4X game, Galaxy Civ, right? It's just like, hey, I'll take that if it's going from nowhere to being the dangerous number 2 guy. I'm good with that, right? But when you do that, people are like, oh, so all you do is spaceships. It's like, no, right? Like I said,
again,
this team worked on Bully, and then like I said, if you go out and look at Fort Zombie, we futzed around with some third person ideas. We just love games, and we play games of all kinds, so anything's open, right? Like the joke is that as far as games licensed in the SOTS verse goes, wait till you see SOTS cooking Mama, right?
ha! That's not a joke.
It was the first time we said it, and then everybody in the room went, huh.
Let's do it.
That'd actually be awesome.
It's kind of cool, actually. Yeah, like the
Yep.
idea of that. Sometimes when I'm playing sort of Stars, people joke when I'm cooking, and it's like cooking simulator, or sometimes I'm cooking and there's a bear chasing me at the same time while cooking. So, like, this is just a cooking simulator.
Gotta keep your strength up somehow.
Yeah, I think we got as far as you're opening a restaurant on a Tarka planet. Because the other cooking game I liked was there was a JRPG about running a restaurant in a typical fantasy universe and having to go out to dungeons and stuff to get ingredients, which I always kind of thought was quaint as well.
Yeah,
So,
it sounds kind of cool. Sounds a little
Right.
like what's that? Reciteer shop? Reciteer.
Yeah.
I've heard of that game. It's a JRPG stylish where you run an item store and you go in the dungeon to get ingredients and stuff like that.
yeah. I think this
That'd be
one
really
was
cool.
on the was a Nintendo, I
Okay.
think.
It's like
But,
the best foods in fiction are the ones that you can't actually get in real life because
it's a-
they're from another planet or they're made with griffins or something.
or from the they're a scent thing from the most dangerous animal on earth.
Yeah.
Okay, medic, go kill some stuff.
Yeah, take it away,
Okey-doke.
medic.
Thanks for pushing the least armored person into the most dangerous spot, John. I appreciate it.
Pure comedy gold.
Heal thyself.
Lay upon hands. I'm gonna go after the Zool pup with the combat baton.
Okay.
I really thought I was going to do more damage.
I think that's what MacArthur said too in the Philippines.
I'll roll defense again. It was 2. 1, 2.
Just the one for the Zool pup.
Oh, Zilpop. Sorry. Well, I rolled the same for both. So
So that's 2 misses, 2. So 4 hits, 1 gets blocked. I do 3 damage. It had 2 damage already, so it is dead. It's another kill for the medic. Go team.
okay, you got him. Nice.
Did. And I didn't use any extra food, so
Not
Even better.
Not a hungry medic.
and that is my turn.
All right. Let me squeeze another question here. Let me grab one from chat here. They're backing up. That one's already been done. All right, here's a question from Spartan. I'm curious how often they plan on updating the Pit of Doom while it is in early access, or has that been asked already? Spartan RL asks that question.
Well, there will be. You've seen already in the first 4 days. You've seen like 3 small hotfix updates, 3 or 4.
Yeah, quite a
3.
bit.
The ideal is that we'll probably be putting up an update every week and a half for content and fixes and improvements and tweaks. And then we're hoping to have a major update. Don't want to overpromise because then people get weird and grumpy. But yeah, we've got a good schedule. I mean, we say 6 months to a year, right? And I notice a couple of the reviewers putting up Steam reviews really hammered on the year thing, and I'm just like, yeah, that's kind of crappy to nail the latest date, because when you're trying to be honest and fair to people, you give them a range, right? Like, if you're going to pick up your friends for a movie, you go, I'll be there at 4, 5 at the latest, right? You're not saying I'll be there at 5, right? You're just saying that's as bad as it can get, right? So the same sort of thing, right? Like, I'd like to say certainly an update every couple weeks, right? And if we can't manage that, we will tell somebody, like, we're working on this thing, it's taking too long. We'll give the heads up. And like I said, our big milestones are multiplayer, crafting, final floor, biomes.
Biomes, eh?
So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's when we first went 3D. That was the first thing that made me smile. The thought of coming out of the elevator and seeing jungle, right? Like,
Yeah,
come
that's
on.
Like the techno jungle in the bottom of this alien facility, and it's full of like cyborg tigers or something.
That
Yeah,
sounds really
exactly.
cool. That
Right.
sounds really
Or
cool.
desert, or the stuff we did.
Yeah.
Right?
It'll
We
be
had
a good.
variety.
It'll be cool to see that drastic change of like
Yeah.
hallways and stuff.
You come out of the elevator into
Yeah.
a Fortnite match.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
That's
we
funny.
originally started. We have the original starting, which is the explore through the mountains, to find the cave to get to the pit.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that is being tuned and exists and stuff. It's amazing
Oh, nice. That sounds cool.
and cool, right?
In,
So yeah, we've always.
yeah, it was like our development of Pod has basically followed the development of the original. Like the original roguelike didn't have the surface level until we added it in. The cave level was limited, and in terms of more kind of like far-reaching plans, we want Pit of Doom's update schedule and DLC update schedule to mirror what we did for the roguelike. So mind games, the gold expansion,
Yeah.
all the extra characters we added.
Yeah, assuming the game does
They're
well.
coming.
The game does well and successful, then the first big expansion will be mind games. Will be a first-person mind games.
Nice. Okay.
Because I need to see my character holding his fingers to his temple like Professor X.
We're gonna make everybody psychic.
It's hard to envision psionics in the game right now. It's really difficult, but it'll be awesome if we want to see TK
I
Fist
can
flying
see
everywhere.
it in my mind.
Exactly,
See it in
right,
my
yeah.
mind. All right.
Yep.
All right, let me ask another one from chat if that's okay.
Sure.
Sven Kenson asks, all of your games are quite long and time consuming. Is that part of the initial plan or just a side effect of the design process?
Yeah, that's my bad.
Our games are too fun.
Your game's
I-
long as heck.
yeah.
Pit board game is
Yeah.
another one. This thing's super long.
Yeah.
but it's
Although
fantastic.
to be fair, Control is short. Right?
That's true.
There you go.
I managed to make one short game. I always approach an idea that has room to grow in, and invariably things get grown, right? Like, I'm not going to be ever a Tetris guy. Like, I like to play Tetris, but that's just not who I am as a designer, right? Even something like Kaiju Go-Go, which is a wacky go crush some buildings. Yeah, it's a crush buildings, but you still have to think of stuff like the Navy's hunting you and set up your defenses and stuff,
Mhm.
So yeah, I try. Sorry, my games are always going to be kind of long with a ton of stuff to do. I hope you're not bored. That's my goal, is that you're not bored. That's my entire goal, right?
Yeah, like if you do want a shorter game, like Martin mentioned, Control, Sword of the Stars, Planet Control.
No, that's what I'm training Forrest to replace me, so he can make.
Yeah,
straightforward
I've watched
games.
Control. It looked pretty cool. It looks like a nice little, fun little card game, or if you
Yeah.
call it that. But yeah.
Fast-paced, action-packed.
Grudge filled.
All right, all right. We can go ahead and do another turn here. So determine.
Okay.
Oh no, we have to do all the little things, right?
It's
the
monster
Monster.
time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, monster
Yeah.
phase. So first thing that happens will be this MK2 is attacking our poor medic.
Get him! I mean, no, stop him.
I'll roll the attack dice since I rolled his defense.
Oh,
Yeah.
he probably won't die.
All right, there we go. Is this the one that attacks multiple times? I don't think so, right?
Oh,
No,
maybe.
this is armor piercing.
All right,
Oh,
that
okay,
one's
then he
fine.
probably won't die.
0,
Hey.
1, 9. I think that's the trigger, and that's it. Oh, damage to player armor. Yeah, damage to player armor, a trigger, and 3 hits.
Yep.
So what was your armor?
I rolled my 1 defense die, got 2.
Okay, so 1 damage. And 1 damage to armor.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so no other monsters have anything to do, so now it's the wandering track. I'll go ahead and
2 dice
do
again.
the wandering track here. Roll 2. I got 2, so this moves 1, and this moves 2. And we spawn another A monster. There we go. All right.
Conga line of
baby.
little monsters.
Now they're all little wieners, at least.
Exactly.
Thank you, A-Deck.
Yeah,
There's a couple of big ones in there, but
Oh yeah.
we haven't seen them yet, luckily. All right, special
Not yet.
action phase. Anybody want to use anything or trade anything?
Ooh, I think I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
New turn order.
Turn order.
No.
I've got engineer,
Yep.
marine, scout, and medic.
Okay. You like the the turn order specialist there for us? Just this is what we're doing.
I have played this game with a lot of new people, so just being able to get through the motions is something you just gotta learn.
Got it.
Forrest has literally done the most touring with this game. He has been
Yeah.
across North America the most out of all of us.
All right.
It's fun though. I do enjoy playing the game with new players.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot of fun.
Right on. All right. All right. I'll squeeze in another question from the chat here. So this is from Ed Stroyer. So is Pit2 going to borrow from XCOM 3D game style of play?
I guess I don't see it as much as making, for me, XCOM, the grid is always really in your face, right? In terms of, using to see range and area effect and stuff like that. I don't quite see the Pit 2 leaning that heavily on the tactical. It might turn out once we play test it more that it just lends itself to that. But I am really, 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 really trying to aim for it feeling like the Pit, just prettier and more detailed. And while I admit it's a very long rogue, it's still wrapped around. It moves pretty fast, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, hopefully that's an answer.
Yep. Fantastic. All right. So I guess I'm gonna try to slam this robot here. I'm gonna shoot it. So 3 attack dice and 2 fate. Can someone roll defense, please?
Yep.
Here we go.
She just got the one? No, he's got 2.
2. I got a trigger, so no ammo, but I use extra ammo, so I guess
Blocked 2.
block 2. So no damage, and
Curses.
I consume 1 ammo. I eat food, and I end my turn. All right, let me throw one more question from the list. Where was I? Alright, I don't think this is my question, but anyways. With traditional roguelikes being around for so long and being expanded upon, what did you think you could do differently and better than others with the Pit?
I guess if there was a thought, is that the generation I was seeing, especially on Steam, felt like they had wandered. They were doing neat stuff, but I thought they had wandered away from the core values. Right, that's what came to mind. It's kind of like the same thing that came when I was playing SOTS. Right, I'd seen 4X kind of deviate towards like, as if Master of Orion had been the only 4X game in the history of mankind, which was not true. Right, there was stuff that predated it, like Spaceward Ho and stuff like that, which I thought you can always get back to the core values and fiddle with them and modernize it. So yeah, that was it. I was wanted to modernize the old school.
All right, fair enough. I'll ask one more
Pardon me,
question.
I'll be back in a second. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I'll just be back in a second.
Sure. I was about to say, I'm gonna ask one that's that's like for everyone, but there goes Forrest. Anyways, I'll ask it anyways. What do you like creating more, board games or video games? It's probably for both of you guys.
John, go.
Good
stall.
Yeah. I don't know. I gotta weigh all the factors. Jeez, I don't know. In many ways, there's not a lot of difference on my end. I'm creating, the characters that are represented in it. Yeah, like in the case of the board game, I designed all the characters already for the video game. So
Yeah.
I guess in that particular situation, it was easier to design it for the board game. So it had already been done. But yeah, on my end, there's not a lot of difference. You're just trying to create something that looks really good.
All right. Background, what about yourself?
From a design point of view, I mean, I like doing both for different reasons. But the main thing is kind of the different level of collaboration, right? So in a computer game, I have initial design, and then it goes out to a team of really talented people, and then I kind of see it later, and it's like, oh, look, my child has grown into a functional adult. How nice. And it knows how to roller skate, even though I never taught it to do that.
That's funny.
Whereas when I design a board game, I'm kind of hanging out there more, right? Like, I've got no protection as a designer in a board game as much, because that initial design is there. That's what we're playing, right? We are playing the pit as I wrote it up, right? Whereas the computer game, you're playing the pit as I wrote it up, and then Degrassi made some cool art and said, I think it should do this, and then Dave programmed it and did a couple of things. Like, it's much more the design is much more adapted and built upon by other people. Whereas in a board game, like, John and Ken made the game look beautiful and it's amazing, but if I cocked up this design, it's my fault, right? Like, completely.
It's all
so it's
forgiving too. Like when you put a board game,
right?
It's out there,
right? I like the. I discovered that I enjoyed the tension level of making a board game, right? Which I thought it would be the opposite. I thought making a board game would be less stressful.
Turns
It's actually
out it's
more
not.
stressful.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
more
interesting.
stressful as a designer. Yeah, not to mention that it has to be like come out like in terms of everything game. There's no patching a board game, right?
No, not really. No, not really.
And that's why I like listening to your feedback and stuff to make sure we've covered everything in the rules, because once it goes out the door, it's out the door, right? Though I have bought a couple games that clearly have been after the age of patching. Come to our website and check our addenda for our rules. It's like,
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we can do another turn now. Go ahead, Marine.
Okay. I'm going to assume that you guys have that covered. Really, engineer? You couldn't kill that thing?
I did 0, man.
Oh
0.
my gosh. Well, I still have faith in the other two, and I am going to go and clear another hallway.
Yes.
Because I am forging this team along, whether we like it or not. So where's the D6? D6. There it is. 1. Did I roll a 1? That was my 1, right? So nothing. No monsters. So should I check this room? Yes, I'm going to check this room because I still have a door charge. Haha. Supply room. Oh. 3 A's. Could someone pull the 3 A's for me?
Sure. Unos, dos, tres.
First one, ambush. Second one, ambush. I don't like rolling dice like this. Gee, Cree.
Oh
Triple
boy.
ambush. Yeah, good times.
Yep. Well, it was also an ambushy kind of room, 3 or better, so that was going to kind of happen. Still, I am brave. I'm going to try and unlock it. 2 or better. which means it's a 3.
Yeah, you got
And
a
I
shot.
have a finesse. Yeah, I have finesse of 3. So I will take these 3 red die. 5. Haha.
Nailed it.
So it's open.
What? You're going in there in a room with 3 ambush
Yep.
monsters? Okay. Okay.
He's going to weather the initial assault.
Yep. Or I expect
Or I
to
could
have
come over here.
or
and-
the scout, if he's feeling good about rolling his special, can come in.
leave
I'm
the medic,
sacrificing. I'm sacrificing my life to move things along for the people watching the game.
All right. Let me squeeze another question here. What do you like? Okay. Is Forrest back?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yep.
go. Actually, I'm gonna go back, and I'd like to hear Forrest from this one. What do you like creating more, board games or video games?
Oh no, the
I'm
question.
gonna,
killed me.
I'm gonna cheap out and just deal 50-50 on it. There's certain aspects of each that are enjoyable, so I can't really say that one is better than the other to design for. They're both a lot of fun.
Okay, fantastic. Here's another one for you, Forrest. You got any tips for small-time or independent developers out there?
In the sense of like getting into the industry, or
Anything, any general tips? Surviving, thriving, dealing with. Should they deal with stuff? Anything, any good tip you think that someone starting
don't-
out, being by themselves, tackling the indie video game scene, we'll say, would be good.
don't do your magnum opus first.
Don't do your magnum opus first. Okay.
Like if you've got that big game project that you've always wanted to do, and it's just you or just one other person, and it's a very ambitious game, that's great. But you're probably going to want to start something small, something that you can get done in a very short amount of time, a quick turnaround. And then as you keep going and as you keep designing things, you can apply that to your magnum opus and make it a better game when you get to it. But just don't start off with that.
That sounds like some
Well-
really good advice. Thank you, Forrest.
I'll say
What about
well
you?
said.
What about you, John? Have any tips
sorry,
for
I
small
forgotten the question.
Yeah, have any tips for small-time or independent developers out there?
I think Forrest nailed it. My success story was to graft myself to a already highly successful video game venture.
Really, who'd you work for before us then? Jeez.
But yeah,
Okay, thanks. And Macron, would you like to add something on this?
I would say in a variant on Forrest's young wisdom, never forget that you're doing the hardest thing ever, which is trying to make money from your art, which history is full of starving artists who died on the rocks and then were famous 200 years later. Try not to let that get you down, but also try to remember that you are making a game for other people to play. So your job is to keep pushing and to keep getting on and to get the product made, and then you make it and go on to another product. That's your job, right? So don't get depressed and give up. Also, don't get so caught up in these communities where everybody hugs each other and pats each other on the back that you forget that you're making a game for the world, and that's got to get finished. So that's my advice.
Fantastic. Thank you. All right, whose turn is it now? Let's do it. Is the Marine just took their turn? Scout's turn, right?
Yeah.
All right,
That's
take
right.
it away, forward. John, sorry.
God.
It's a bot. I've got a combat baton. You should be fine to go help.
You think you can take it out? All right, then I'm going to go and try and back up the Marine here, because if we lose him, who else will take the hits for us?
It's kind of
Okay. I'm pretty sure I can survive a round of 3As, but I would appreciate someone
three
just
scavenger,
revealing them and
three
taking a shot
scavenger
at
bots. Go.
them. Yeah.
I'm going to so make a fate roll.
get pecked to death.
On special trigger, cancel ambush. So
Yeah.
here we go. It's just the one
Roll
die.
special.
So
Roll special. Roll special.
it's going to happen right there. Special. Nope. Not a special.
Then share some damage with me.
I don't know how that happened. All right. Oh yeah, so that was my effort. So I'll take my turn over and get my food.
Down. Yep.
Food
All right.
down.
Let me throw in
All
another
right,
question.
and-
Take one from the chat. If that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
Let's see. Any plans on opening the pit or the pit 2 up for workshop? I'm assuming Steam Workshop. Mercy for the Meek asks that one.
Yeah. The pit 2 definitely. Contrary to popular belief, it is incredibly hard to open up a game to workshop if it isn't designed for it in the first place in terms of infrastructure. So that's why you're far more likely to see it on the pit 2, where we can take it into account from the beginning. As for pod, I would say the odds are 50-50 at the moment, depending on which directions we take in terms of data. So yeah, I hope that's enough of an answer.
Sure. All right, one more. I don't remember who asked this question, but are you folks working on Pit 2 or is Pit of Doom the priority now? I guess they're asking which one has higher priority at this current state of time.
Well, pod is on its way. It's in early release and it's on its way to being finished, so it has priority. On the other hand, many parts of it are being built in parallel with the Pit 2. So you should look at, if you're a big Pit 2 fan, you should look at pod as a force multiplier for the Pits 2.
Okay. All right, go. We'll do a turn, so take it away, medic.
All right, combat baton against the light security bot Mark II.
I'll roll defense.
Oh, that went quite well, actually.
2 defense.
So I got a special. So that's an extra 2 hits. I got an armor piercing. And a nothing. And what'd you roll for defense?
2.
So 3 get through. It is dead.
Right on the money.
Fantastic. So that's another trophy for me. I think I have the most trophies so far, which is kind of weird.
Sometimes it
That
happens.
shouldn't
I
be
just don't know
happening.
why the medic just starts slamming everything in the face. I've had a few games like that.
And that is my turn. I'll drop my food down.
All right, let me squeeze in another question. All right. Are you satisfied with how the Pit of Doom EA launch went? Would you have done anything differently if you could go back a few days?
No, very happy. Actually, it's one of the smoothest launches we've had.
All right.
There was no scary death crash that we had missed somehow. There was just Marky Mark, and there was nothing we could do about that. Though we're still working on killing him. And yeah, I was really happy about the response everybody had. The people who understood that they were looking at kind of like, this is the base combat engine of. So yeah, super thrilled. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd always like to have more features have been in it. Would have been nice to release with multiplayer, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, I didn't want to release with multiplayer, falling all over the place, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly.
I want, when we hand it over, we want it to be fun. A few bugs for people to find, sure, because that's fun. But not crashing, 4 seconds or being compatible, going out of sync if someone's a bit behind on their machine. All the little things that are eating up lots of time getting it done.
Gotcha.
But yeah, otherwise super happy, and the support, the fan support's been great, right?
Nice. That's good to hear. Yeah. What do you like? When can you elaborate a little on fan support? Like how has it been so exceptional?
People were really good at understanding, the list of stuff that had been implemented and stuff that not, right? Really helpful in pointing out weird things that were happening, right? We explained in our initial release message that, hey, we're doing the job here, but the reality is there's only 11 of us, right? So we're just not going to catch every possible variation of equipment and doing things odd. So we really need help on, debugging this thing. And people have been great about it, right? People have been testing and retesting and, posting when things happen to them. right, and making lots of suggestions. So yeah, right, very happy with that. You know, not too much trolling, right?
Not too
So
much
yeah,
trouble. Who needs a QA team? Am I right? No?
exactly. Well, actually, yeah. I've had the old days of the giant QA teams were interesting, but that wasn't without trolling either. At some point, I'll tell a very long story about Sierra Q&A back in the Cataclysm days. Next time we do a Q&A,
Sounds
because that's
good.
about a 10-minute story.
All right, fair enough. Let's go on to the monster phase. This will be interesting.
The monster phase. Oh, see, I was right. Not be
Aw,
horrible.
what a
There we
bunch
go.
of wieners.
Told ya. I felt chaff coming.
Oh my god! What the monsters spawned so far have been the tamest I've seen so far.
I should have added a rule about stomping your feet and making them go away.
All right, so Rabid Bat goes first. You attack slot number
Yeah.
1, which is the Marine, with 1 dice and 3. So 1 and 3. I'll go ahead and do that myself. All right, 1 and 3. All right, so here comes the attack. So go ahead and roll defense, Marine, when you're ready.
Yep.
019. So damage to armor, trigger, and that's it. So trigger is how much disease? 2 disease. So 2 disease and armor damage, and I rolled 0 on the attack.
Jerks. That's embarrassing. Okay, disease.
So
That one?
using your example of stun,
I'll give it to the
because-
scout.
Using your example on the stun, that means the disease would apply first, and you would lose 1 defense dice, right?
Except their round is after my round, right? It was 2 disease, right?
Yes.
Okay, and 1
But like in the
damage.
previous example, when he would stun simultaneously with his attack, that means you would lose 1 defense because you got diseased prior to rolling your defense.
Except it's not stun. If
Well,
it was stun, then I would.
But disease
It's
is the same
disease.
thing. You lose a defense.
No.
Right? Oh, you lose an attack.
No,
Oh yeah, you
no,
don't lose
disease
a
is
defense.
disease, stun and
Oh,
stun.
yeah.
They're
I
two
forgot. I
different
forgot
animals.
disease is. I thought disease was attack and defense for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
No, and also just philosophically, it is a different kind of thing, right? Like a chew is different than being hit in the nose and the everything lighting up.
Yes.
Just gotta incubate for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Add you. Okay. Try it again.
Maintenance bot. Someone else can do it. This one.
We got it.
Yeah, the
Force
biggest
jumps
problem
the
is
chains.
I think the biggest danger, all my armor getting chewed off before I get out of here.
1 point of damage to your armor, and you're defending against 2 hits.
Blocked it. Yeah.
And last one,
Uh-oh. This
Rock
one's at,
Rat.
this one's at me.
Does engineer have armor repair stuff?
I don't
Can't remember.
I don't think so.
Not
No.
to start off with.
Just the
Damn it,
gun
damn it.
repair. Oh, random question. Repairs projectile weapons. Does that count as for laser weaponry? Or the gun
Nope,
repair kit?
those-
Oh, it does not count.
Yes, yes, it does.
It
Sorry,
does.
because we never. I don't think we put the energy tuner in here. So
No.
yeah.
Okay.
In the pit, there's
In
an
the pit,
energy
obviously,
tuner,
yeah,
but
but-
yeah,
Okay.
here we simplified.
I
it.
was doing it that you could use it, so I'm glad
Yeah,
that-
you're right. Yeah.
John blocks all 2 hits from the Rock Rat.
And then some.
Haha. Okay, and monster movement.
I remain unscathed.
So just 1 for the
unscathed.
track. Force is on it. Got a 1.
1.
Okay.
Squeak.
Alright.
Yeah, it is tough holding in my head 3 different thematically identical games with slightly different rules.
Alright, so I think it's the end of the monster phase. So special action phase, and we want to do anything, use anything?
Not me.
I'm going to use a
my
food
food?
ration myself. Might as well.
Maybe I'll do that next turn.
I'm gonna hold off just in case we find some food.
So that's what, 4 food, right? Yeah, 4 food.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Oh, you guys get to loot.
We do.
That's right, it's loot time.
Looting
should've
phase.
stayed there.
Quad A.
Nice.
Pursuit. And 1 more.
Hey.
Oh, there we go.
Who am I
Sweet.
with?
Oh
Okay.
man.
I'll grab the
Yeah.
sword then.
Yeah, good first choice.
I'll grab the anti-venom as the...
Okay. I'll grab the jumpsuit. I'm collecting jumpsuits.
Be stylish in any room.
Hey, medic, give me your jumpsuit.
And... dinner first.
The bullets. Okay, so that's the end of the looting phase. Turn order.
Engineer,
Come on,
medic,
Forrest, it's all on you. Turn order.
engineer, medic, marine, scout.
There we go. Oh, and you guys can do some foraging and stuff too.
Oh yeah, you get the brainiacs are in there, so they could
Yep.
get some ammo.
Every 2 hits gains ammo. Okay.
Pretty good at foraging too, actually.
So this is the turn order.
Correct.
Alright, so I'll go first. What am I gonna go after here? Rock rat probably. It's least dangerous, but it gives me good crafting materials. Yeah, I'll just go for the rock rat. So I'm gonna go position 4. Shoot the rock rat. No, I have a sword now. Kind of forgot about that. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna chop. So 5 attack and 2. And here we go. Someone rolled. Oh, there's no defense, right? So 888 is double armor piercing, so 4 hits should kill it. Yeah. Yeah, I got one. And I eat food. And then my turn. And let's throw in another question here. It's a question from Svan Kenson. What is your favorite monster in the pit as a designer, and your least favorite as a player?
Least favorite are the Proteans. I love them dearly, but when I'm playing, oh my god, they have caught me so many times in a bad spot and just stripped everything.
Yeah, turn a corner, walk into one.
Yep.
Oof, that's
Yep.
bad.
Yep. Or you're just pinned in the corner room, but you think it's going to be okay, and a medium saunters through the door. As a designer, the one I like the best. So many things, so few choices. I would say the moon bear with the cannon is my perverse favorite.
The Cyber Jaeger.
Cyber Jaeger.
Jaeger
Right.
Moon Bear, yeah.
Although the actual Jaegers from Mind Games are also I like the perverse changing of natural wholesome life by machinery. Favorite theme of evil. But yeah, I like the Cyber Jaeger.
Cyber, nice. All right, good choice. What about you, John?
That's another who's your favorite child question. I went through all those guys. In terms of gameplay, I don't know. I was always we beefed up the Marigi Warbot and gave it this super like booming, deep mechanical scream, and then it poisons you with its radiation cannon. I've died, I think, probably the most to that enemy.
It's funny.
Probably least favorite to encounter, I guess.
Just before jumping over the stream, I'm like playing Seriously Scout, and I found a room of 7 of those things.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got that far.
Yeah, that's how I
That's
ended my stream, and I'm just like,
that would be my nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
dealing with
definitely
7 of
seriously
those.
moved.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's the floor 39. Seriously, is what I saw.
Oh, God.
Yeah. In terms of characters I like, well, I really liked to design the Proteans because it was easy to make a lot of color shifted variant enemies out of them because they were just all one color. So just grab that color slider, turn them all red.
Don't tell them color variants were easy.
You have suddenly a dozen enemies. Oh, as a character designer, it's the best. No, my actual favorite monsters. Martin at one point suggested that we do a monster based on an actual alleged alien encounter, an actual cryptid encounter. called the Flatwoods Monster. This was
Oh, yeah.
allegedly a real alien invasion. Martin really liked that one, so it was like, oh, we should have it turn out to be from the pit. Like the creator of the pit sent the Flatwoods Monster to Earth to abduct life forms, and that got me just on a run of finding famous cryptids and turning them into monsters in the pit. Like the Flatwoods Monster is in there, the Mothman is in there,
Mothman, yep.
Bigfoot is in there. My
And-
personal favorite cryptid.
And $6 Million Man Cyborg Bigfoot is also.
Oh yeah, eventually it turns out that some of the big feet are cyborgs.
Right.
Yeah, so the cryptid enemies I really like, and I've got a big list of ones that are going to go into Pit 2 in the future. So looking forward to that.
That's right. Aaron gets credit for pushing us down that road initially because of the way the Marigi were responsible for lots of ancient alien stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What about you, Forrest?
I'm gonna start with my least favorite. Is the Adaptoid.
Excited to see that in Pit of Doom. Holy moly, is gonna be cool if it gets in.
Yeah,
there.
that's
Oh yeah, eventually it will, right? Like be about the same like expansion timing. Right?
Yeah, fantastic. Carry on, Forrest. What about?
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna echo John with the Marigi Warbot. That's just a fun, dangerous monster.
Absolutely.
Mother lover.
All right, fantastic. So I finished my turn. So medic, go ahead.
All right. Oh, there's a beet loot in there. Let's see. What do I feel like doing? Should I help you guys out?
We got it covered.
Yeah, I'll go to the next hallway. And immediately roll a 6. All right.
Two monsters, and they're both bears.
Just to confirm, let's say we wanted to leave this room. We can, right? Even though there's two monsters in it?
Yep, neither of those monsters can hold us in place.
All right, just want to make sure.
Your turn, like you couldn't enter the room and then leave. If
Yeah.
you
Yep.
entered the room, you would then be stuck in.
Unless you have cheater armor.
Yes.
Or an energy drink.
Or an energy
Yes.
drink, yes.
There's some
I
double
rolled-
move items.
3.
Not to sound pessimistic, but I hate cheater armor. I mean, I love it, but I hate it at the same time. I think it'd be cool. I think it just shows up a little too early as a B loot. I don't know. I don't go through the loot cards, but that is a B
Yeah,
loot.
there's only one of them in the deck though, so that's if you look
Okay.
at that.
I see it almost
stack
every
of B
game.
cards. I know, because what is the
This-
rule of the pit? The
Yeah.
RNG gods. Right?
There's only one. Okay, if there's only one, I agree with it. But I've been seeing it every game, so I'm just like, oh my god. Just there's 88 in there too, so it's like pretty rare to get it. All right, I'm fine with it then. I just didn't realize that there's only one because I've been seeing it every game. not literally, but almost.
Yeah,
every
to give you an
game.
idea, there's the same number of those as there is brawler armor in the C and D decks.
And we never see the brawl.
I've played one game out of the hundreds of games of this I have played. Have I seen brawler?
The brawler, yeah.
No, sorry, I've seen it in 2 games and I gotten to wear it only once.
So I drew a scavenger bot. And I'm going to beat it to death with the combat baton. That's just what I do. Alright, let's see. Damage to weapon. Nothing. And that's a 1, so that's nothing. So I got 3 hits.
Need one defense dice. Oh.
Yep.
There we go. 2.
Ah. Alright. Well,
Yeah.
let's see when I lose. Once it rolls its attack against me.
Yeah. Maybe someone will come rescue you.
Alright.
What
and that
command
is
were
my
you
turn.
using to turn that thing around with?
Yeah.
Oh, to rotate it?
Uni rotates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I've just been using my mouse for everything. You can also use the scroll wheel.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that actually.
If you click and hold and then scroll wheel.
All right. Here comes another question. Kind of a funny one. This comes from Mercy for the Meek, and also Ben's after asked a similar question. Benson, there you go. When you made the achievements for the pit, did you realize that there are people completionists out there actually trying to get there? I think because some of the most notable hilarious achievement that always comes up, we kind of reference it, is craft 100 AKs. It's the most absurd achievement. And anyways, that's the question. So just to kind of give an example of what we're talking about.
Yes. Those who know me as a charming sadist. So keep that.
All right, we'll leave that one there.
I wanted the accomplishments to be just as hard as the game itself. Like,
Most of them are okay, but there's a few of them like.
yep, there's a couple
There's a
that
few
are
of them
just
are like, you're ridiculous. Why is this here? The crafty AK one is, I think, the worst one because the one material is ultra rare and like, it's really funny. Anyways, I'll ask one more from mine. How successful do you suspect Pit of Doom will be upon full release? I guess relative
best
to
game
your
ever.
other products. Best game ever? Is that John that said that? Yeah.
Game high.
Best
I think
game
it has-
ever since the beginning of time. Okay, that's
and
John's.
cure various disabilities. No,
Makes you smell better while playing it.
Oh my.
well, whenever you make a game, you think if you don't think that this game has a chance, a game you're working on. Speaking of going back to advice, there's another piece of advice. If you don't think the game you're working on has a chance to break out, you should stop working. Right? Every game you make, you should think somewhere in your heart of hearts that's got a chance, right? So, given that rule, I think it has a chance. In a more cynical way, more calculating, I think it's got a good shot to be more successful than the pit, right? The shooter market is a bigger market. And the press is more interested in a cool new thing to add to the shooter market. So it's got a chance because in all of this, it's about getting noticed, right?
Mhm.
There are some amazing games out there that don't become a press darling, and they do okay, right? But not like they would, they would do if they were getting as much press as, say, Dark Souls or something, right? Which would deserve the press, don't get me wrong. I'm just using it as an example of a roguish thing that got lots of press.
All right. Anyone add on to that, or how successful do you suspect the Pit of
about
Doom will
covers
be
it,
upon
like-
release?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's pretty comprehensive.
You know, like
All right. Let's go ahead and play Marine's turn. Go ahead.
Okay, I am going to redeem myself for leading us into this death trap. And okay, the scout is next. I will use bullets because if I can clean the room out, then he's got a chance to do some other stuff. So 2, 6.
How do you guys deal with the special trigger after killing an enemy? How are you guys dealing with that?
You don't have to take the shot; it's voluntary.
You don't have to take the shot. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you switch targets?
Yep.
If the enemy that you shot died.
Yes. If it doesn't die, you have to keep focusing it. Is what
Yeah,
we've been
correct.
doing. Okay. The other thing we haven't been doing is the whole. You're forced to shoot the second shot. Is what we've been doing.
Martin, did
Yeah.
you reduce your attack die because you're got space?
that's right. You're
Oh no, I didn't.
deathly
Have to
ill.
re-roll.
Space fires.
Have to re-roll.
Just get rid of the blanks.
Yeah, I know.
That was your roll.
Okay, that turns to a. I didn't mean to do that.
There was an 8 and a 0.
There, that sets them back the way they were, right? Yes. Okay. Good. What was the flip it? Oh, right. I just hit 1. That's right. Okay. Sorry, everybody. I'm old. Okay. So I do, and one's armor piercing because I'm using a bullet. So that's 4 points on the bat.
Uh,
I think it dies no matter what.
it can only defend 2. Yep,
2,
it's dead.
yeah. Kill.
Does the medkit only remove 1 level of disease?
Yep.
When used? Okay. Wasn't sure if it was 1 per like every 3 shields or if it's just.
Oh, it is. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. I was thinking again. I've got pod on my brain, right? Which should
So
be a
it's-
medical condition.
All right,
But
so every 3 shields grants 2 HP to a player, or
Yep.
every 3 shields removes
anytime
one
it says
of those.
every, it just means repeat the conditional, right?
All right, okay. Just want to make sure. Could be interpreted both ways.
Yep, it could. Sorry. That was a 2, wasn't it? That needs to be a 1.
Sam Mercy, thanks. Yeah, good questions. Glad you came by.
And also, sorry,
Good
that's
night.
armor piercing because I'm awesome. What's 7?
7's a miss to a hit.
Okay. 1, and I don't get to shoot again because it's my second shot. So,
It's dead.
Is it dead?
It's dead.
I love me
You double
because
tapped it.
I'm a marine
Nice.
and I'm awesome. Okay.
Fine song. Fine song.
Well, Marines are not known for their songwriting skills, but we're enthusiastic. And actually, that was 2 bullets. Okay, I'm done.
Do you roll for disease now? Is that when you do it?
Yep.
Okay.
End of my turn. So I have to suffer. No matter what, you have to suffer a round of the abuse.
Okay.
And what is it again? I have to.
It's might check. So 5 red dice.
I'm trying to beat a 4.
Trying
to beat a 5. 5 plus.
5 plus. Yeah. Pretty nasty disease.
Yep, but beaten down by 1 point.
Got it.
There we go. Yep, that was my turn. So now it's
Scout's
time
turn.
for Scout. Yep,
All right,
Scout
let me
is
ask
free.
another question. If
thing.
that's okay.
Yep.
Let's see. Can you tell us a little? I don't know. It's a weird question, but can you tell us a
Try.
little about some other projects you have in the workshop?
That's not a weird question. You're very judgmental. I'm with you, whoever asked that question.
It's
I'm
me.
on your side.
It's me. I asked it. I had it on my list, and I'm just like,
Well, that's
yeah.
a weird question. So was the guy who asked it.
I was going to say, fine, Lucky, I'm on your side against you. No, that's a good question to ask. Of course, the Pit 2. There's also our eternal game in development, North Star.
North Star.
Yeah, I've always heard about that one. I remember reading about it. I was like, oh, okay, interesting. Didn't
North
see
Star
that
would, yeah, North Star would be like is always meant to be a space trader third-person action game. So much like the wide open games, but also more RPG-ish. Which is always on the borderline to everybody's frustrated because it's been on our drawing board for like 10 years. I mean, people don't realize that a game is an investment of $1 million minimum. So, there's sometimes you have to pick a moment where you can commit that much money to a project out of nowhere.
Mhm,
And the
indeed.
days of kickstarting that much money are long gone for normal people. If you're a press darling, it's still pretty. Yeah, what else we got going on? Got thoughts for a 3D Kaiju a Go-Go.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, that would
Be a
pretty
lot
sweet.
easier in Unreal to get the destructible building physics.
Right. Right. Well, that's
Look sweet.
the long-term game plan was what Unreal could do for us across multiple games is why we went this direction. Right. Because when you are small, you kind of have to optimize your advantages. So if we're going to invest the time into getting to know Unreal and make it sit up and do tricks, we should get some mileage out of it. So yeah, we're looking at stuff like that. Who knows if everybody super loves Zombie seeing it again and can't live without it? We could do a redux of that.
Cool.
Call it Fort Zombie Rise from the Grave. That's our title. Copyright it. It's
No,
super
I had a
smart.
great pun for that, and I can't remember what it was now.
Yeah.
Super funny.
I gotta take a
And
peek
then
at that one.
And then of course there's always
Reanimated.
the chance of doing a HD upgrade to Sword of the Stars, the original one.
The 4X, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Should I squeeze another one? Let's play the turn out.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Scout.
Yeah, let me get. I gotta rescue the medic here. It's
Rescue
scavenger
me and
bot
my stuff.
hovering on the edge of death here.
Those
So
things are
all right, I
terrifying.
will.
They're terrifying and naked in the term,
Yes,
sorry.
because you only got two
Yeah, 'cause there's
items.
Yeah.
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 Gonna
Whether
destroy
to use my
one of your
weapon or
precious
starve to
items.
death.
I've had that happen to us once. It was nasty.
We were playing, what, last week?
Forgot what we
Yeah,
did.
just
And-
the other night,
Yeah,
and
yeah, we got
that's
stripped
what
of what,
happened.
2 weapons? Yeah, we got stripped of a food and a gun in the first,
Oh,
and then my
2.
weapon
Oh,
broke.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Damn, that's a nasty start.
my baton. Yeah, I was playing the medic. My baton broke by the 3rd room. It's just like, oh, it was mean.
Here we go. Here we go. Scout attacking with the vibroblade. 4 hits.
Oh, you flipped the
Nope,
dice
that's the
there.
wrong one.
Just let you know.
Yeah.
Whoop.
So after, just
I
be
flip
wary.
my
Like after
dice?
you roll the dice, just make sure you unselect.
Oh,
them.
that wasn't
Yeah.
unselected. Well,
Yeah.
it was 4 hits, and then it was 2 6s and 1 2. So, geez, 2. Okay. So 1 2 is special trigger. That's great. So it's 1 attack goes through. and there's-
It is dead. It cannot defend against the remaining.
but I'm used so much food.
Double 6, yeah.
Yeah. All right. What else? So he's dead. I got
He's
him.
dead. Yep,
I
take him
won.
away.
I
Yep.
won. All right, and now
did.
my food goes down again.
Yes.
My turn is over.
All right. There's
Okay.
I'm
another
gonna eat
question.
next chance I get.
Another question from chat. Sorry, I don't remember who asked this one. Any funny trivia about the Pit game you could share with us? Is there an origin story to Sergeant Gunny, for example?
Yep. Yes, there is an origin story. Sergeant Gunny is, well, first of all, Travis the Marine is our lead artist, Degrassi, or Chris Gerspacher, as he's also known. And that was his, like, alien from Marines voice. And then Gunny was like that on steroids, right? It's just like, because when he was practicing, getting ready to do his line, he would, of course, reread it a few times and do the voice range thing. So he'd go completely over the top, right? Get his
Yeah.
voice ready for the line. And it's just like,
He wrote a song that he would
Yeah.
sing to get himself.
Sergeant Gunny,
Yeah.
yep, Gunny, and a whole bunch of very vulgar words. And yeah, eventually when we needed a tutorial character,
Yeah, it's like, why get someone else to voice it? It's already
that's-
perfect.
So yes, there's your trivia and origin story. all in one.
Fantastic. Actually, speaking of trivia, I think now would be a good time to probably give it a Pit of Doom key. Doo-doo.
One of our precious keys.
Dun, dun, dun.
So let's go ahead. I'm going to do that now. So the first one I'll do, I guess it's a trivia question. So I asked, actually, I don't know if all of you guys at Kerberos are aware of this. So if you guys have a trivia question, because we have 3 keys to give away today. First
Okay,
one.
I'll ask it. I'll ask it.
You want to do a
I'll
trivia
ask
right now?
it. I want to do one. Yep, I'm
All
gonna
right.
ask a question.
All right, so
I
get
hope I
ready,
get it.
everybody. First person to answer gets a Pit of Doom key.
Yep, right. So the first person
Uh,
to answer isn't going to look it up on any Wikipedias or anything like that. You got to know this to get it in fast. Name the Lords of Winter.
Oh my god. That is definitely for the true fan.
That is
Yep.
from I would have known. Lords of Winter, right?
Yep.
All right, there you go. There's your trivia question. Good luck, Chad. 'Cause,
Yep.
if someone snap answered that one, I'd be impressed.
I would be impressed too.
All right. Okay. All right. So
I'm
that's the
having a
end
hard
of
time
the
here.
player phase. We can go ahead and move on to monster phase. Rip key, yeah. Rest in peace, key.
Okay, well, that's spelled wrong, but it's pretty close.
Monster phase. Let's go ahead and do the monster phase while chat tries to figure that one out.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Heck, if they had snap
Uh,
answered all their names plus their 7 alternate names, I would have thrown in another game.
All right.
So I think they get to take over the company.
Exactly. I quit.
So we got no monsters attacking.
Yep.
But
Loot.
you have,
Oh, monster
monster
movement.
Oh yeah, monster movement first. Yeah.
because we're in the hallway. There we go. That's a good one. 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
New monster.
and there we go. Something with a bit of a threat to it.
Uh-oh.
That one's pretty scary. It hits like a truck if it gets the specials.
Yep. And now, loot.
Hurrah!
No, no.
Oh,
A,
special
A,
action
B.
phase first, actually.
Oh, yes.
Mm,
Should I eat something? Should I eat something?
want
gonna eat
to trade weapons with me, Marine?
Why? Oh, you got the sword?
Yeah.
No, no. You become a dangerous engineer, right?
Well, I
Like,
figured you
I
tank.
sorry, sorry. When I play this game, there's two philosophies. I make someone dangerous, spread the danger around. For me, an engineer with a sword makes for my play style. I think is better, even when I'm playing the Marine. So I'd rather you kept it.
If it was a gun, I'd agree with you. But because this has more defense, I like giving this to people who tank more than I do.
Yeah, I've lost more engineers in games than any other character. So
All right. I'll
Yep.
keep it. I'll keep it then.
All right. Loot for the boys in the supply room.
yes.
What is it? Triple A? Quad A?
And a B.
Triple A B.
Yeah.
All right.
Food,
The armor repair kit
which I will take actually because I need it. Unless this is awesome. Oh no.
More food.
Okay, I'm taking the armor repair kits.
I guess I'll take a sharpening kit.
Yes, that is
Well-
very good.
Well, too late now. Yeah, I have it.
Well, it's going to work out pretty much the same ways. I'll take the food. In fact, I'm going to burn the food right away.
All right, I'll take the food.
Open up 3.
Jesus, I'm already getting close to my inventory limit. Okay, that is the end looting phase. So now turn order.
Marine.
I go first.
Engineer, medic, scout.
Since I'm clearly the all-pro opening of doors guy, I'm going to explore this room. Ooh. Sorry. Sorry. There we go. Thank you. These rooms are dangerous.
But that's sea loot. Oh wait, there's no sea loot in this one. Never mind.
It's A, right? We're on the first floor.
Usually I always see these as sea
Yeah.
loots, and even on the first floor. Not this one.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the foraging roll that you get to see. Right, that's where I'm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nice though. I don't think there's any odds of me getting in there, but
You do have the door charge.
yeah.
If
So
you're
what?
very desperate to get sick.
Are we going in there or not? Oh, I guess we spawn.
Well, I'm gonna
right?
check the monsters anyway. So
Yeah.
the A, and then what do I go? 3 or better. So it's gonna be pretty ambushy.
Is it 2 scavenger bots?
Ooh, sorry.
Is that what goes in there? 2 scavenger
Oh, I
bots?
wonder what that one. Oh no, we're getting
Two,
a new one.
two scavengers and an A.
Where
So
I'm
give
get-
me an
I'm
A and
getting
keep
this-
it face
I'll get
down.
the scavenger bots if I find them.
I did a.
It's like watching an air show with you two running the. Okay, I'm gonna blow the door open and go in. What the heck?
Charge.
Don't want a YOLO getting.
It's got a whole fresh turn to
I don't know if I can roll that. What is it? A 5?
5 or
It's
better.
possible, but
Can I get a
it's,
6? It's extreme.
yeah, it's a one.
No,
in,
blow it up. That's what they're for.
about a 1 in 200 chance.
Well, exactly. Never stats me.
There you go. All right.
There you should have stats me. Okay. It's it.
All right, we're blowing
Okay,
it open.
Boom.
So that makes noise. So we get a +1 on the noise track.
Yeah.
That's right.
Eventually.
Actually, yeah. Yeah, I would just put it here just to
Yeah.
not remember.
And I will go. I guess I will take 1.
Oh, there's a typo on this card, by the way. I think. Oh,
That's been fixed.
it's been fixed.
Yeah.
Never mind. Well done.
Okay.
Patched it.
And a D6. A D6.
So he's rolling d6. So 1 to 2, no effect. 3 to 4, poison, and 5 to 6, radiation. Nada.
Okay. And none. I rolled a 1, so nothing.
Nice.
And I'm going to start shooting.
You're gonna roll to see ambush.
I already rolled for ambush. He's ambushy.
Ah.
Did I roll off the table?
Yes.
Okay. So that's armor piercing. Those 7s are still both, so they don't count for anything. So I do 1,000,000 points to one of them, who
I don't
cannot
think we
possibly
can
defend
survive that.
itself.
No.
I'm almost tempted to re-roll that to see if I could get the
Special?
next attack, the special, yeah. But
Might as well. You're gonna destroy it almost for sure, right? What's it got? 4 health or 3 health? 3 health?
I always get the feeling that things could get worse because you have to take the second roll. So it's like it's one of those times where you know you're going to damage the weapon all to farts half heaven. Okay, go. Yeah, that's me. I'm done. But the door's open, so you other people can shoot through the doorway and
All
stuff.
right, we got an
so.
answer to your trivia. Santa Claus is the Lord of Winter. There. Is
Ah.
that right?
Ah, nice, but no cigar.
No? Okay. Joe Meaton says that one. Pretty funny.
Very clever.
Solus Phoenix had the Immortal and the Bloodweaver.
That's 2.
How many are there? 7? That you said?
7.
Even with your trivia, you're heartless, Sir Mecron.
Sadistic.
Did I mention that sadistic thing? I thought I had.
All right, so Marine just ended his turn. Let me throw in another question at you guys. I think I missed one back that I kind of wanted to. Oh yeah, how much effect would you say the community has had on the state of the pit and other games?
Well, since we've never been a media darling, I'm going to say not so much. No, some stuff, you know, like I said, I can build a case that a lot of stuff in Fort Zombie became the standard for zombie games after that, right? That could be coincidence. I don't like to say. I'd like to think that we shook up 4X with SOTS. And even Paradox tried to do a game with different drive systems for different races, though I believe they abandoned it after the first expansion. Yeah, I think those are probably the two. If we've affected anything, that's and hopefully to inspire a lot of young designers to tilt at windmills.
I think you got the question reversed. It's how much effect would you say the community has had on the state of your games?
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
different. Well, again, depends
State
on
of the
game.
pit and other games. Yeah. Yeah, you can speak about anyone as an example, or.
The pit, huge, like evolutionarily huge, in the sense that from the day it released, we just always put in things suggested by players and stuff. So, you know, the pit as it arrived day 1, 0. The pit after 6 years, metric F ton, right?
Yeah, it's changed a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the game, it's still the game as far as the core gameplay, but all odds and ends and gadgets and monsters and stuff.
Mhm.
That's, that is, yeah. And like I said, and same with SOTs, like lots of suggestions. Quality of life things are always pretty big. Sometimes it gets weird though, right? Like you got, I remember when we did the first expansion for SOTs, and yeah, I mean there was a couple deliberate places I didn't go in the tech tree initially because it was just too much work. And I knew that I wanted to do an expansion. So, but someone else someone did a thing with anti-missile missiles, right? Which was one of the holes I left. And so it's like, they come along in the expansion, it's like, oh, I invented that in my mod. They totally took it. It's like, no. That's an easy one, but whatever. But yeah, like I said, the people's enthusiasm for what we're doing has always had a lot. Right.
I think lore-wise, our anti-missile had dog brains in them.
Yes.
I don't think anyone came up with that before.
No.
Dog
Ours
brains?
were creepy.
Okay.
Yeah, they were cybernetic, right? They couldn't
You couldn't hack them.
Yeah,
Ah.
exactly. They couldn't be hacked or scrambled or EMP'd. They
So they're like
Very dark,
they're
but
like
yes.
kamikazes. Kamikaze.
Yeah,
Got
to
the
be honest-
idea from.
to be honest,
Yeah.
I kind of stole that from the story of the first guided air-to-surface missiles that were guided by pigeons.
Well, throughout history,
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. In World
Oh,
War
it's fine
II,
if you Googled it.
they would
He
humans
was
train
are rogue
pigeons.
animals.
He was
they
just
would
saying
train
that like the
pigeons
first
to get
person,
fed looking at
the person who wins was
silhouette
theoretically
of a
the person
warship,
who didn't have to look it up.
and they were taught
Looking
to
it up
peck
is
at
fine.
it, and then
Just
food
first
would come
person
out.
to just post that info in
So
chat.
for a while, they
wins a
tested
bit
them
of
with
Doom
putting
key.
them in the nose of a missile that would show them a camera view of the target, and they would peck at it, and the missile would go in that direction. Really? Huh? That's all I get out of you? That's amazing. No, I'm just kidding.
That's amazing.
things
Sorry,
that
I
you
was a little
don't-
sidetracked.
That's right.
My
Poor
apologies.
pigeon.
My
Poor
apologies.
pigeon, though. But yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's do the next turn, which is mine. So I guess, do I want to go in there? No, I don't want to go in there. So I'm just gonna go 4 here. I'm gonna shoot that bot. I get 3 attack dice. Can someone roll defense for me, please?
Against the Scavenger bot.
1, 2, 3, 4, and special trigger and damage to weapon. Okay, so I have 6 total hits.
It blocks 2 of them, but yeah, it's dead.
Yay! Come here, you. So I don't consume ammo because of my trigger. I eat food, and
Get
I
into my trophies.
end my turn. All right, let's throw in a question from the chat here. What are your favorite classes in Sword of the Stars? What things do you in Sword of the Stars: The Pit? What things do you most look forward to implementing in the Pit of Doom? Don't remember who asked that one. Sorry.
Getting multiplayer working smoothly is definitely the feature that I'm most eager for right now, and then with crafting the next second. I would say that I'm looking forward to putting the more challenging to portray in first person characters like Tarks and the Hivers for player characters. I think that'll super thrill a few people. and psionics. I'm really looking forward to psionic. What about you, John?
Favorite class? God, this would be way down the road, but one class we implemented in the pit was the Lich, who is basically
Oh,
our science fiction take on the undead.
you are evil.
Yeah, it was it was a long shot character that we were wondering, like, we've put in so many characters already. Can we possibly put in more? We wound up putting in, I think, 3 more. This was the first one of those, but yeah, he's a Zool who's died and then been reanimated. Martin mentioned the Lords of Winter earlier. One of them built this pit because his sort of portfolio is experimenting on biological life. There's another one, the Immortal, whose power is about raising the dead, and so he's sent one of his undead minions to basically raid his rival / brother's facility for secrets, and that's Azraeus the Lich, who is and his mechanic in game was he could actually gain energy from the living things he kills and then create little undead minions that would fight for him. So that would be something pretty fun to implement in game. You're playing an undead guy. I think we even had it that he won't die if his health drops to 0 as long as he still has psionic power. So
Yeah.
he would be someone we'd put in after psionics, but you'd have basically a character who was really hard to kill and can raise the dead. He'd be fun to have.
Yeah, he was. I was pretty impressed when you guys released that character because he's very different, very very bold character to create in a roguelike. So very very well done on creating the Lich. It was good. And
Thank you.
another thing I really like is I love when you beat the game with the Lich. I love the art of him taking over
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's beautiful. I love
Basically a
it.
ghost. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. It's like it's the only sinister ending. You know, it's like
Yep.
nice.
His
I loved it.
his plot direction a little different than
Yeah.
everybody else.
So great work on
But
that.
one
I
thing
loved
that
it, yeah.
people can think about for Pit 2 is wondering which of the endings is the canon one. So just noodle on that, people.
So,
Forrest, what about yourself? Let me re-ask the question. What are your favorite classes in Sword of Stars: The Pit? What do you look forward the most to implementing in Pit of Doom?
Favorite class is the Tarka Ranger. They're basically the class I play the most. As for things I'm interested or I'm most looking forward to implementing, question.
You trying to think
see.
about this one?
I'm thinking about this one because there's still I think I'm looking for what Martin said multiplayer. Looking forward to that being fully in, and then probably biomes.
Yeah, biomes. Yeah.
Just seeing what we can do with a 3D engine and our skilled team of artists. Looking forward to that.
Cool. Fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and you can take your turn, Forrest. Medic's up.
I don't really want to go in that room because I have low might.
can't you shoot through the doorway?
I can't shoot what I can't see.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
So I'm gonna go to the next hallway. See what I can do there.
Oh, that's right.
Position 2.
Try and employ my power.
Yes. You must see with eyes better than
One.
ours.
Nothing.
Oh,
So-
yes. Sorry. Answer to the trivia. Thinks I have one here.
Oh.
Sorry to interrupt your turn there. Give me a second.
No,
All
no
worries. Siren, Bloodweaver, Immortal, Hidden, Kraken, Deaf, and Famine. Is that
Say again?
correct? Siren,
Bloodweaver?
Siren,
Yeah.
Bloodweaver, Immortal, Hidden, Kraken, Deaf,
Yep.
Famine.
Yep.
That's it?
Yep.
All right.
We
Yeah,
will
that's
take
all
the
of them.
Congrats to Solus
They all have a
Phoenix.
couple of names, and that represents some of them. Yeah.
Yes. They use the alternate on the cannibal. So well done.
All right. Send a key out to Solus.
Good work, Solus.
You're a proud dog soldier.
Oh, I can't whisper you and pop out chat. That's annoying. All right. Luckily, I know Solus quite well. Okay. Sorry, medic. So,
No worries.
go ahead,
I rolled a 1, so no monster showed up in the hallway, so I'm going to look at the room.
Ooh, nice.
It's another armory.
I'll
Very
fetch-
useful.
Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah, I'll fetch the bot for you.
Yeah, things I don't want to go into alone. So be it an A.
Gosh darn it, where is this thing? Is it a medium security or a light security?
Light secured about Mark 2.
Ah, there. Had a heck of a time finding him.
And I'm just gonna wait out in the hallway for the next turn.
All right. So that's the end of the medic's turn. Let me fetch another question here. What do you think makes a great development team? What do you think makes a great development team? Who wants to tackle this one first?
Well, you're gonna need some artists
Yep.
first and foremost. Most important part.
John
That's
is
right.
the
Probably
artist, I
do without
believe,
all
if I
the other
remember.
stuff. I think the-
Dwarf Fortress disagrees.
That's right. Yeah, no, I would say that you need mutual respect for the three pillars, right? Art, code, design, right?
Which I did not show in my answer. I
No, you did not.
apologize.
But typical arrogant artist. No, no.
I like it.
Yep.
Forrest, you got anything to add on that?
Um,
If not, it's all good.
no.
And the other thing is passion, right? Like you
Yeah.
gotta. There is no sane reason to make a game, right? Like
I have a bit of a saying that I like to say is like also like you gotta remember that making video you gotta have fun making video games because video games are
Yeah.
fun, you know. So always if you take the fun out of making video games, you're not gonna have a fun game in the end.
no, you gotta love it, right?
Yeah, you
like
gotta
there's
love
just no. If you're doing it to get rich or whatever, there are better ways of doing
Yeah,
that.
you're probably in the wrong industry.
Yep.
Well, that was a quick answer. I'm gonna throw in another one. This one's directed to Mecron. Where did you learn to be such an amazing troll on the forums, on the pit forums specifically?
How what?
How did you learn to be such an amazing troll?
Oh, I'm a
Because-
sarcastic. I'm a sarcastic bastard.
Like when I
right?
didn't know, like I'll give my personal stories when I didn't know anything about the company, but I keep looking at Mecron's freaking douchebag answers. But then you kind of see him and you kind of understand what you kind of like look more into it and I understand, oh, he's just a big freaking troll. All right, I get it. And
Do you
in the end, I love
Sorry,
it.
sorry. Do you guys realize how incredibly dicky most of you are?
I don't know.
Right?
Some of us
Like-
are. But
like
I don't know.
incredibly. It's cute, right? Like it's funny, but the way that people post stuff, if you tried to conduct yourself like that in real life, you would be like, bad things would happen to your food at restaurants, right? Like, okay, here's a perfect example. It is. So
That's a perfect analogy.
I take my car to the mechanic, and he goes, "Your left wheel spring is wobbly," and I go, "No, it's not. It's the carburetor, you idiot. No one does that." Video games, you get that all the bloody time.
Yeah.
Right? Nope. The way I respond is an echo of how you people talk, right? And I do it as a sign of respect because I think you deserve real answers as opposed to completely neutral rollover on the back marketing answers that most people give you, right?
I guess the community wasn't ready for it at first. But now we're
Yeah.
on to you and it's all good.
Whatever. Like I said, as long as you guys are aware of how you sound, we're good, right?
Well, I don't think it's safe to put us all in the same bucket when you just say you.
No, of course not. Of course not.
I know
right?
some of us, of course. Anyways, all right, let's Scout, you're up.
Okay, good stuff. Let's see. I'm gonna try and employ my scout powers in this room here. See if I can flip that card. Scout power, go. What?
Don't forget to roll that d6.
Right. Is that what
Because
am
you
I
entered
rolling
the
it for?
room. You entered
You
the.
didn't. He didn't. You don't have to
Yeah.
go in the room to do that.
Oh, okay.
John,
Well, then I
you
won't
could-
do that.
Yeah, stay up because you've got a gun.
That's true. Okay,
If
yeah,
you-
right. Okay,
yeah.
sorry. I forgot
Whoa.
that that's a thing. All right,
You're-
but anyway, scout powers for real, go.
Oh, wait a second. You can detect ambush from not in your area?
As long as you have a line of sight.
In the area. Cancel ambush on all monsters in the area.
Yeah, I can see how you're interpreting that way.
Yeah, we always
it's
put it
just a
that you
tr-
have to be in the room to
Right.
deal ambush. And puts the danger, adds to the danger
Yeah.
aspect.
Yeah, okay, but move into the round, John.
Not that I'm saying you have to change it. I'm just saying that's how I
Turns out I was
interpreted it.
right all along. I'm also gonna re-roll because I feel like I should.
Yes,
Not
because you
because I
probably
didn't-
missed before, and now you should get it
just rolled
right.
The exact same thing.
Oh, you blow.
The dice gods were like, not today. Okay, so now I'm just parked here in case something really scary is behind this. ace
Exactly.
card.
We'll handle it.
Can the scout move again?
Nope, nope. That is not one of my powers.
So why are you not allowed to move again? Is it because you engaged a monster or what?
Well, I've
Correct.
moved into an area that has a monster. Because
Okay.
it's in ambush mode doesn't mean I can just run
Move
out.
away.
It's still
Okay. Got it.
I'm now locked into this
Yeah.
this
That's
area.
how I would play it. Just want to make sure.
Yep.
Roll a d6 for your radiation or whatnot in the volatile storage.
Oh God, you're right. Where are the
On the left.
D6s? There they are. They're all over here. Here we go. I'm sure I'll be fine.
2. You're fine.
2. Oh, thank God.
Nice. Good roll.
Thank you, dice. Okay. Did I take my food down already? Did anyone catch that?
Did not. I assume you didn't.
I didn't. Okay. There we go.
Always assume the worst.
I definitely have to eat next special action.
All right, so that's the end of the scout's turn. I'll throw in another question. This one comes the chat. Sorry, I forgot who asked it, but what is your favorite item as a player in the pit video game and in the board game? Forrest, you want to start with that one? What do you think?
What's
your
my
favorite
favorite
item?
item?
Yeah.
Whew, there's
There's a lot of items.
There's a lot of
Yeah, there
items.
is. Time to get
There's
out
a
my
deep
SOTS
well.
decks. My SOTS decks Rolodex.
The titular Sword of the Stars.
Oh, maybe.
nice.
That is a good one in both.
Yep.
What about John, Mecron? What are you guys?
Go
Martin,
for it,
you
John.
go first. Ah,
Okay,
no,
well-
you.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go in the board game. It's the Mason rifle. And in the computer game, it's the brawler armor.
Nice. And John, yourself?
I'll probably go with a food item. I really like all the food.
Pit
Most of it
stew?
is from another. Well, yeah, like there's the Sotwich and the
Do you
crab
fondue?
cake.
Do you
Because like most of it is made with ingredients that are from another planet, and so you can only imagine how delicious they would be. You'll never
See
be able
how?
to
See, that's
experience
how
it in
one of
real
our
life.
games leads into another game, right? Because now you have all those
Yeah.
ingredients. Now a restaurant game makes perfect sense.
There you go.
Yeah,
Actually,
as soon
I'd
as
like to amend my answer to the Pit the board game item.
oh, that's right, we did add
Oh,
it into
yeah.
the game.
Clever. Give yourself a small raise.
You can, yeah, we put a game in your game, etc.
You seem quite fond of the lore, John. It's nice to see.
Yeah, that's my favorite aspect of.
You can tell you're passionate about
Sotsverse.
it. That's good. All right, so that's the end of player phase. Let's get back to it. So monster phase is first. So let's see these monsters.
Also, I gotta say that I really like the quality of these questions. By the way, these
Yeah,
are really good.
chat's whipping out some good ones.
Yep.
Our friend the cow.
Oh, and a crazy chat. Wait, why did these reveal? These shouldn't reveal, right?
Oh, you shouldn't.
Oh,
No.
sorry. Oh God.
Well, is it monster time? Oh, I guess you're not in the room, so.
Yeah, we
yeah.
haven't been in
My
there
brain.
yet.
I'm
okay.
sorry. I'm tired.
It's all good.
Well, roll really low on your ambush rolls, and it'll be okay.
Did we roll ambush on these or not?
Well, no one's gone in there
No one's
yet,
in the
so.
room. That's
But you roll ambush
My
as
brain
soon
is
as you
like-
flip the card.
Yeah,
right?
you roll ambush as soon as you reveal. So roll
Oh.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, so 5 plus for ambush. Whoever revealed it. I don't remember who it was. I guess it's the medic, right?
It was me.
Of course.
Medic. Yeah.
revealed.
There you go. He's gonna be like, whatever.
Revealed.
There you go.
See, there you go. No harm done.
No harm done.
Perfect.
All right, so
Merp.
Rockrat
Nice.
attacks the scout. So roll defense,
Oh,
scout.
God,
I'll
me.
roll offense.
Hold on. 1, 2,
It's
3.
2, right?
Yep.
Now I'm just amused by the thought of the crazed Tarka female chasing that cow around the armor.
Ooh.
Oh.
You're the one who brought me here, aren't you? That's a lot of hits. Ah, jeez.
That is one hell of a hard hitting Rockrat. So that's 3 hits. 3 damage. I
Chomped
should
right
say.
on an artery.
Takes my arm off. All right.
It's just a bloody rock rat.
It's done the most damage in the game to us so far.
Really?
This is. I think I might be their king.
All right, so now we do wandering track. I'll go ahead and roll 2 dice.
Did we roll for?
I breached the door, so roll another die as well.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, sound. I'll roll 3 dice. So 3.
That could have been much worse, so well done.
1, 2, 3. All right.
Correct.
And that's the end of the monster phase. So special action phase.
Yes, I am burning a charge on my food. A food pack.
I'm not gonna do anything myself.
No, I'm good too.
All right. Pretty funny comment from one of my chat. So Yummy Gummy says, "Dig deep for garbage, chat. There's a stupid question. Would you rather fight 100 small things versus one large thing? Question somewhere." All right. Okay, so that's the end of special action phase. So looting phase, nothing, I believe. No. And turn order.
Now I gotta clear out this rat.
So what are we doing
Yep.
for turn order?
Turn order. Yes. Marine, Scout, Engineer, Medic.
Okay. Time for some stabby stab.
All right, take it away, Marine.
Stabby stab, 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 stab. There we go.
It's
Special, and that goes to a because
Because
of
it's the best
mastery.
stream on Twitch.
2, 4,
Vincent.
6. I believe it's 7 because it's +1 extra damage. I believe yes. So the rat rolls against 7. No, it is rat bits, perfect for baking.
Num num nums.
And that's my turn, and I reduce my.
All right. Here
And yes, everybody, welcome to Speed Play.
Here comes another question. Again, I haven't been taking people's names down, unfortunately. Ever thought about a mobile pit or pit-like game? Is it a good or bad idea?
It would have been good. Converting the code of the original pit was pretty problematical, but could never. We tried a couple times to contract in a programmer because we just didn't have the bandwidth ourselves, and both times they lost their minds. So it never got around to being that.
All right, interesting. All right, me throw in another one at you.
Okay, you've for a second, just to explain that, you've
Yeah.
played the pit a lot, Lucky, right?
Sure.
Try and imagine how many special case clauses there are in that code base.
Oh yeah, I bet it's challenging as heck.
Yep. Yep.
All right, it's a lore-based
I mean-
question here. I'll throw in another one. What is the MO, the motive of the cannibal? What does he bring to the Sulka? Solus asks that.
You know what? I'm going to go remote for the answer for that. I am going to send a text to Aaron Dembo.
All right. Let me know if you need me to repeat it.
Yeah, I will repeat it.
In the meantime, Scout can probably take the turn.
Yes, Scout can. But you know what? We're gonna tackle this. What's it called? Armory here. So I'm pretty sure I can pop that lock. I'm pretty great at lock picking, and I have a lock pick set. So I'm gonna roll it all because it gives me a chance
Why-
to roll a ton of dice.
Why did you leave the room? Why did you leave the room that you risk your life to get into that could give you a?
I really thought that that enemy was. Well, listen, I I took that hit for you because
Right, and
that
I thought-
rat was apparently the king of rats and tore my arm off.
Right,
and that
but
was,
you're in. You could have rolled to forge a C deck.
that was my gift to you, and now my work is done, and I'm gonna go
No!
and roll it. I'm gonna roll a ton of dice. And
No, your work was to
open this
roll for a
lock.
C deck card.
Listen, I can do both things, but I'm gonna do this now because
Admit you got distracted.
Nine
Admit it.
dice. Nine
Admit
dice,
it.
Martin.
Distracted.
Oh, no, I'm not admitting Jack. Hold on, I gotta zoom out here. That's not my roll. 9 dice. Here we go. Oh wait, hold on. 5 plus 4. Sorry, I need 2 more dice. That's 11
I think we have to
dice.
let the audience vote whether they think you had a plan or whether you got distracted.
Well, I definitely didn't have a plan. My plan was to keep it loose. 11 dice, go. All right. here we go. 1, 2,
Yeah, it's open.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yep.
10, 11. Yes, 11 hits. I did it. All right, get me in here. My plan is reevaluated on a second-by-second basis based on what I want to do. Okay, so now I'm in, and there's enemies. I'm gonna try and kill that security bot. I think he's the scariest one. Gonna use my auto pistol. 4 reds. All the reds are over there. That's fine. 2, 3. Damn it. Curse you, board game simulator. All right, rolling auto pistol against the security bot.
That was really good.
Sweet.
You did damage your weapon though.
Damn it.
Sorry, microwave. Miss.
I was gonna say, you sound like you're
was
a mile
gonna
away.
Oh God, what have I done? I've effed up the reference card.
It's because it goes into someone's hand. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I didn't mean to do that.
it's alright.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits and no cool stuff. But 6 hits. It's pretty good.
Someone roll defense or not?
Someone
Sorry,
roll
you're-
defense and don't roll very many shields,
Who
please.
Who are you rolling against?
The bot, I think.
The security bot. So 2. I need 2
defense.
green dice being rolled.
2.
2.
Okay, so 4 hits. Shit, he's still alive. All right. Barely. And I didn't get any specials again. All right, resources down. That's my turn.
Okay.
All right. All right. I'll ask this question from chat. This comes from Cobate Bloods. Do you intend to make the progression in Pit of Doom as hard as in the original Pit? So I think they mean like, is one run in the Pit of Doom going to be as hard as one run in the Pit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it will.
Anyone do? All right. Short and sweet. Let's move on.
Right.
Have another one.
I just
Oh,
before you get to your question,
I got it.
What?
I got it, John.
What?
Do you mean the answer to the cannibal
No,
question?
I just no. I just wanted
Oh.
to say that the idea of taking one game and then remaking it in a different genre, we're kind of doing. It's an interesting project for me. I've never done something like that. I don't know of, and I don't think I've played many games where that's how it happened. Like where you
Yep.
translation, a genre translation, one game to another. Personally, I just find it really interesting.
Yeah,
fun to work
definitely.
on.
Definitely a cool project. I would.
Yep. Like I said, you were talking about making a game has to be fun for you. Yep.
Mhm.
That's how you keep it fun. I mean, I can't like I it'd be great if to just pump out the same game with different numbers on it and make a f ton of money, but ugh,
Who wants that?
Who wants tons
Well, I
of
mean, I could-
money?
More money, more problems, etc.
More money, more problems. Yeah.
I was living pretty high working for Rockstar, right? But it just that was creatively it was kind of unbearable. So
Yeah, I can imagine.
sometimes, yeah, you don't want to be homeless, but yeah, you do want to still be happy to doing what you're doing, right?
Mhm.
Otherwise, you might as well just be, making widgets. There's an answer to the cannibal question, by the way.
All right, so let me re-ask the question.
Yeah.
What is the MO of the cannibal? What does he bring to the Sulka?
He brings the concept that all life in the universe is tasty.
All right, is that word for word from Aaron?
That's word for word from the lore goddess.
All right, fantastic.
You can interpret that as he is consumption, right? He is the spirit of devouring, right?
There's a reason his nickname is Famine.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think the cannibal is also an interesting term because it shows what his relationship to the. He's not a guy you invite to like dinner and then don't watch your back.
All right, so I think I'm ready to take my turn here. So I guess do I want to go in that room or what? It doesn't. Let's see, 3, 3, and 1. So I'll go to 4. Nope. Come here. All right. What am I attacking? Probably that security bot, right? Yeah. Let's try to finish that
Finish
off.
him off.
All right. I'm gonna use my. What should I use? I guess I'll use a sword.
Yeah.
Debating that or the pistol, but yeah. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 fate dice. Yes. All right. Someone roll defense, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a special trigger, so that's 6, and an armor piercing, which is probably irrelevant. Actually, armor piercing insta kills him, so yeah, he's dead. Doesn't
Splat.
Well done.
Matter. Doesn't matter what he rolls.
That is-
Softened him up.
And the sword will save you if the cow comes after you.
Actually, I should have
Or you can
tanked.
just gently push it away.
I should have
Sure.
tanked because I'm tankier than most people. The sword
Sure.
swing. Yeah, well. Right, so I eat food, and I end my turn, and we'll throw in another question. Well, we're getting there. We're almost there. All right. So, what's the deal with Ovaltine? That's my
So that was
that's my joke
so-
question.
yeah. So that's the number one message in the original pit, right? The first message you translate. And who here remembers A Christmas Story?
It's at the reference.
Yeah, it's a
I've
Christmas-
actually never seen A Christmas Story. People have told me.
That's why you don't get the Ovaltine
Well, I
reference.
do get
'cause
it because I thought it was a Seinfeld reference.
Yeah.
That's what I thought
No,
it was.
it is in Christmas Story. Part of the plot is he's waiting for his little orphan Annie secret decoder ring, and it finally arrives, and he feverishly decodes the first message from the show, right, for all the secret orphan Annie agents, and it's drink your Ovaltine.
There you
And
go.
he is completely destroyed by commercial America in that moment. Drink your Ovaltine? A crummy advertisement? Ugh.
Yeah, I always thought it was a Seinfeld reference because there's a bit where they talk about Ovaltine. I don't know how familiar you are with Seinfeld, but there's a
Oh,
bit
yeah.
where they talk about with Ovaltine. So me not being familiar with Christmas Story, I thought it was a reference
Yeah.
to that. But someone recently enlightened me that it was because of Christmas Story. I'll throw in another question. Have you ever read through the reviews of the pit on Steam?
Of course.
What do you think of them? And as a whole.
As a whole, some are it's the view of all the feedback. Some are very insightful. Some are great to read. Some are less great to read. They have to be there, right? I mean, sometimes I wonder why anybody spends the time typing 2 pages out to be negative, right? I mean, I just personally I couldn't be bothered, right? I spent years being a professional video game reviewer in the 90s, right? And so I kind of just got the attitude of, yeah, unless someone's paying me to, to really go to town for 2 pages, I'm just down for not my thing, or I would have done it differently, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, but then, I'm old, so I don't quite get the current, the current wanting to be recognized, sort of. But yeah, like I said, there's not. I don't think there's a single review for anything that I don't read. Right? Like there's always. You should never get to the point where you don't think there's not some piece of insight you can get from somebody's stuff. Right? Like someone looking at your art. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, but I mean, it's also there's a vast difference between that and, oh my God, someone else is right. It's like maybe they are, maybe they aren't. Right? I mean, someone got kind of miffed at me the other day on Pod because they were, what did you think of my thing? I'm just like, it was great. And I'm going to put your, suggestions in with everybody else's and your bug fixes in with the bug fixes, right? It's just like, and they were seemed a little miffed or disappointed with that answer, as if, I don't know.
Yeah.
or as if that their opinion was somehow different or worth more than the other people who were also in the topic, right? It's just like, y'all are folks who played the game, and that's awesome. And in a diplomatic sense, that puts you all on the same kind of footing, right?
Yeah, we're paying more attention to you than the people who never say anything.
Well, whatever, right? Like anybody who's willing to write down, to spend the time to post a message about what they think, great, right? But the point is, after that, it's egalitarian, right? I mean, I come from, like I said, the old days, which is if you had a reputation as a critic, you got kind of paid for that reputation, right? And if you blew that reputation, you didn't get paid, right? You know, that was the kind of the deal. So, but as far as the world where everybody just plays and comments, they're all on equal footing, and read every single one of them.
Cool. All right. So let's thank you for the answer, and we can move on to the medic's turn.
All right. What do we have left in this room? Crazed target female and cow. What are they attacking? 1 and 3. Well, if I go in, the cow attacks me. That's fine.
Trampled. Meow.
And I will go after the crazed target female with the combat baton. Actually, it's a good question. She might attack the cow, or she might not. So,
Just take her out.
That would be
Yeah.
hilarious. Shoots a cow.
I mean, she's been in the room trying to chase it for like
Yeah.
who
Exactly.
knows how long.
The cow will be your friend from now on if you kill her.
2 defense. I'll roll it. There you go.
That one's
2.
cocked. So 2 specials. Yeah.
2 specials or just 1?
1 special because stun only happens once.
Yeah.
And then an extra
Oh,
resource. So that's 2 food. And what'd she roll for defense?
2. So I guess 1 total.
Right, she only roll. Yeah, so 1 hit goes through. Nice. That was great. Fantastic. Couldn't have asked for better.
At least she's stunned.
And yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Let me throw another question at you. We're almost getting through them. So, what is the title Pit of Doom a reference to? Doom? Rogue? Both? Neither?
A bit of, I mean, it's both. It's literal, and also it's a bit of a nod to the classics, right? It's the pit. It is the pit. You are indeed doomed. There was certain parts of, much like the pit is the first pit game is based on Rogue, right? Let's say that some of the 3D aspects of Pit of Doom are based on feelings from the original Doom, right? Like, not the modern. Like, once they started worrying about how much information they could put on a view screen and how much lines of code it took, I stopped playing Doom ages ago, right?
Was there
just
another game out there with Doom in the title? I haven't heard of it.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Right. So if anything's like that, I mean, in the same way that calling the company Kerberos, right, is a nod towards our original company where we all met, Barking Dog, right?
Okay.
Then Pit of Doom is a nod towards, you know, how Doom made you feel when you heard a scary monster on the other side of the door, right?
Yeah, right.
We are very big at acknowledging and respecting our roots, right?
Cool. Fantastic. Great answer.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I was playing Doom when I spent I spent $60 on an extra meg of RAM, right? So I could play Doom a bit better. That's how far back I go. I mean, that's why I kind of wonder some of those replies to people where they're going, I'm being a bit trolly. I'm just like, you realize you're talking to an old grumpy dude? It's like, and some of that things where you're taking, weird tone. I'm just like, you do realize I've been doing this job for quite a few decades at this point.
Damn kids and your music.
Yeah, exactly. And your book of facings,
Your interwebs.
your tube full of views.
I have no idea what
Call
you're
us
referencing,
too.
but it's all good. maybe I'm too old too. I don't know.
That's right. No, that was all original material.
All right.
Okay.
Let's move on to monster phase. So
Monster phase.
first thing is Crazed Tarka, who wants to do my least favorite enemy ever.
I got the dice already, so
All right, who's the attacking?
3.
Attacking the scout. You're
Attack-
rolling defense,
yes.
scout.
Oh God. Well,
But
hopefully
this
it will
one
go insane and attack the
One
cow.
fewer
Hopefully,
red die. Rolled a 5, which for monsters is a miss to a hit.
Oh, there's something I find a little confusing. I would like to see this changes for, just like how 7 is combat mastery on the player fate,
Yep.
and it's 5 over here. Like, what was the point of changing
Because
that?
monsters can't be like players, right?
Well, no, but
They're
I
two
mean,
different-
just
They're
for
just-
simplicity.
once we're going to mix up the table gets a bit mixed, right?
I don't know, I would love to see combat mastery move to 7 over here, just for simplicity's sake. But it's fine. It's just a minor thing. I understand that they have less special triggers. That makes total sense.
Yep.
But like moving it from one number to another, I don't see the point of that other than getting mixed up a little.
Which of these dice was the crazed Tarka lady?
These ones here, these 3.
Okay, all right. Getting a little messy here, but I'm gonna roll.
3. So you block. You take 2 damage.
Yes, I think I'm. God.
Getting beat up.
The
Here,
most. I've taken the most hits this run.
Roll my special.
Medic,
Yeah.
save me. And yourself, I guess.
I got a special. You get 2 health back.
Sweet.
Okay, so cow next. I'll go ahead and roll the cow. Yeah, I have a house rule when we play. Is
that you have to move when you shoot.
You have to imitate your monster whenever you attack. So,
Yep.
oops, I don't know why I rolled
That's
defense,
awesome.
But you did roll
but a trigger,
Yeah.
no damage.
That's
but
hand.
oops,
That's a
trigger.
handy rule because you can just go to play the game to figure out what they all sound like.
That's right.
That was an A monster, right? Nice.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, he actually showed up. That's hilarious.
Oops. Okay, there you go. So now wandering track is just a 1 red dice. Is that right? I'll
Yep.
go ahead and roll it.
Yeah, we're all out of the hall, but I think
I'll
we're
roll
Oh.
a 2.
gonna have one.
So 1, D6. Here we go. Wee. 2.
Blast.
That comes here, and then one more bat moves.
Yep.
Is it move 1 or move 2? That thing. It's a move 1. Okay.
I'm gonna be so glad when the next layer of AI goes into the pod and little maintenance bots are fixing all the stuff you break. It's gonna be awesome.
When they fix the stuff you break.
Yep. They will stop they'll stop along the walls and do some welding work. If you shoot out the lights, stop and
Oh,
raise their
okay,
little
like
arms.
that. Okay, I was just thinking
Yep.
about the gear. That'll be cool. That's cute. All right, monster phase is done. So now we're on special action phase. Scout, you want to trade melee weapons?
Do we want to trade melee weapons? I'd be happy if you gave me that sword.
Yeah.
I think that's the
feel-
trade he was thinking about, not the knife.
Yeah. Here you go.
Sorry, did you want something back?
Yeah, I'd like
Because
the
I'm
vibro.
not.
I'd like the vibro knife.
Yeah.
Jeez, all right.
If.
Fine, take it.
All right. What, you like the
Like,
vibro knife?
This
It's a junk,
deal
man.
turned sour on me when I had to give something up. No, it's fine.
All right.
It's
So that's our
fine.
special actions. Anybody else have anything?
I'm good.
No, I'm good for one more round. Oh, a loot.
Yeah.
Loot.
Loot.
I get all the
That's
loot.
right.
Yeah,
Yay, me.
all the loot.
So bread, lots of bread,
Well, that's what they're for. I see.
ammunition,
Nom nom nom.
and some food.
Okay,
More
Jesus.
food.
Red Marine
Okay,
won't be starving.
Food and bullets.
I will burn that right away, and I will take these 3 with
This is marine fuel.
As everyone around him starves to death, he's holding on
Exactly.
to a beer fridge full of.
It was my
tastiness.
plan all along. Oh, yeah, that's right. Was that special phase? Or are we
yeah.
approaching special phase?
No, we finished our
I think
special
we
phase.
went past it right into loot
Right.
phase.
Oh, we
That's
did the
right.
special
Okay.
action. Yeah, we traded. And
Yeah.
I asked
People
everyone.
did.
That's right.
All right,
People
turn
did their
order. What's the turn order? This one.
Turn order: Marine, Scout, medic engineer.
Those two change. Okay. Do you guys need my help?
No, they're pretty.
Sure, let's get it.
Yes, get in here.
If you want the ABBA of loot, then yes.
The ABBA.
Hello, drunky wunky.
This is why. This is why I
Here.
don't like these things.
Here.
They're too big.
Um,
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
that's
but they're
right.
too big.
Okay, since I'm all full of ammunition, I will start firing randomly. Dun, dun,
Oh, yeah. Did you
dun.
roll for disease last turn there, Macron?
No, I did not. Good to remind me. That's the only thing about tabletop that I have trouble. It kind of
Yeah.
abstracts what's going on.
It
sometimes.
doesn't do everything for you.
Yep. Yeah, that too.
Video games.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, I needed to roll.
So this
Aye.
stun falls off at the next time, at the beginning of its next turn, or at the end of its next turn.
At the end of its next turn, it has to
This thing's
attack
been,
once.
Stunned forever, basically.
I stunned it. It attacked once with the stun, so the stun will come off.
one stun will force it to lose 2 attacks and 2 defense rolls twice. Right? Because it's already
I think it's
attacked
just one.
and it's already been hit, and now it's being hit again.
No, it's gone right now.
It's gone right now.
yeah.
So it's at the end
Yeah.
of the last attack.
It suffers one round of detriment, not
okay.
two.
So
Yeah.
that's I would take it off right now. But if you sometimes you look at the rules, it kind of you feel like it does stay on this long. But yeah.
Anyways, I
So it stuns off.
fudged
Is
my-
that right? Stuns off.
Yep.
Okay, I took it off.
I fudged my roll because I only rolled a 4, so I'm still diseased. Which means I get one less die, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, your disease went up. Oh no.
Oh yeah, that's right. It goes up when you blow it. Damn it. Someone get a med kit to me. Stat. Oh, I'm just re-rolling that horror show. Damn it!
They reappeared on the board, so
I am playing like a drunk dude.
Lost to the void.
Really? It's a little drinky winky. Sorry. There, a little better. That goes to a 1. That's a thing. That's another thing. And 3 is damage to the weapon. So it's rolling against 5, and she takes a point automatically.
okay. Two.
Wait, how much damage did she take?
She takes 1 automatically, and I rolled 5.
And
On
she
top of
blocks 3.
Okay, so she takes 2 altogether. Well, 3 altogether, actually.
Yeah. So
Okay, so she's not dead yet.
Down to 1 life. Right?
Then I
Down
will
to 2.
shoot.
2 life. Okay.
I will shoot her a second time.
You re-roll. Do
And-
you re-roll the defense again?
Yes.
For the second shot, yep.
All right, that's what we've been doing.
It's an entirely
Sure.
separate attack. And she's just dead because I get armor piercing no matter what. So
Yay! Whoops. True that.
yeah. Okay, and I take my food down 1. Yes. Okay, my turn is done. I am the Marine of Efficiency.
All right. Scout.
I'll throw in a question now, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is a little weird, but are there any job openings at Kerberos, and if so, which one would you love to fill with a great talent? Like, what's the most like desperately needed filled position, if there is one?
Another programmer.
Another programmer.
Won't lie.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. All right, chat, get on it.
Study.
All right,
We don't need ours because John said he he's happy working 80 hours a week.
Yeah. We're
This is
doing
actually
fine.
my last question on the list. Actually, there's a few more for this, so I'll ask it now. Did any of you buy any games during the Halloween Steam sale?
Um,
I meant to, and then kept forgetting. So
Actually,
did
it's still
not.
on. Actually, I think
I thought it was
yes.
till the first. Actually, I need to buy 1 or 2 games myself.
I bought the seasons pass for the bomber, little bomber game.
What's it called? It's called Little Bomber.
Um,
Little bomber.
Bomber Crew. That one.
Yes, let me see. It is called Bomber Crew.
Oh, I picked that up
Because
myself too. Actually,
I love that game, and also they put the B7. They put the B17 in it finally, so that
I
made me
just
super
played
happy.
it just a little bit. It's more challenging than I
Yeah.
thought it was.
And then I picked up Atomic Society, Deep Rock Galactic,
Okay, that's
The other
a
side.
mining.
and
mining game
and
there.
Sword with Sauce, just because it looked quirky and weird. So
True gamer.
I will always-
There you go.
Yep.
Filling up the
Well,
library.
from the guy who designed Fort Zombie, how am I supposed to ignore else quirky and weird violence, right? I'm always interested in people going off the beaten path. Yeah, Bomber Crew is great, especially since I used to play the Avalon Hill version of that, the board game version of that, with Aaron Dembo like 30 years ago,
Oh damn.
20 or 30 years ago. Yep. Yeah, it's a fun game, but tough. Yeah, very tough.
John, what about
I
yourself?
recommend it to anybody.
Oh, sorry. What about yourself, John?
I haven't picked up I didn't pick up a new one, although Halloween I did boot up Darkest Dungeon, which is a game I really like a lot.
Yeah, I got that on my iPad actually.
Yeah, it's been out for a while and it's everywhere now, but they did just recently do a new DLC a few months ago.
Yeah, it's,
Darkest Dungeon by Red Hook. I think they're actually here in town.
they're Vancouver based.
Really?
and
Oh, I
it's
didn't know that.
It's an entire world without sunlight, so that fits.
It's super dark, and there's a dungeon in it. It's a dark dungeon, but
An
yeah,
old
like
in the house on the hill.
it's kind of rogue. It's got roguelike elements because randomly generated dungeons. You can die, although the game doesn't end if you die. You just you have to get another party of suckers together. But I also really like the art style, kind of a
Yeah, that's what does it.
Mike
for me the best.
Mignola-esque art style to it.
Yeah.
Hellboy artist, and it's a cool story and cool sound, and
Yeah.
it's a very Halloween appropriate game, I think.
Absolutely.
Play a few rounds of.
Unfortunately, you said you haven't gotten a chance to get anything.
Yeah, and it does look like the sale's over.
Oh no!
Is it? Oh
Not
no.
anymore.
Ah, card.
Also, to be honest,
I
to be
had one or
fair,
two
we'd
more
also
things I
have
looked
to
up. Sorry, go
we'd
ahead.
also have to start paying Forrest for him to buy a game. So it's not really his fault.
We gotta
I've got-
start the.
I got like a 200 game backlog anyway, so it's not like I need more games.
True that.
We gotta get the Halloween sale over so the Christmas sale can start up.
That's it.
Yeah. All right. Marine just ended his turn. Scout, you can go ahead.
Wait, what?
Da-da-da.
Scout.
Yep.
Scout. Yes.
You're up.
Scout
Yep.
time. That's me.
You can swing that new
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
shiny
Scout
toy.
time.
Sorry, I was having flashbacks to the horrifying Darkest Dungeon. Okay, I will. God, I gotta shoot that robot. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him. Why not?
Shoot him dead.
My most powerful weapon. Send him to robot hell.
Do we want to sweep up this floor, or do we want to the next?
I'm gonna call that I'm gonna call that a 7. That's a 7.
So what were you asking, Macron?
It's about time to start thinking about what we boot it, or do we want to clean up the
Do
supplies?
you want to go back to that first room that we?
No, I don't think that first room is worth anything. But I mean, we haven't gotten the bullets out of the armory or the food out of the supply room.
Yeah, and the C deck stuff.
The C deck stuff out of volatile, like someone should have done.
Send the scout
not
back in
naming any
there. It's all
names.
good.
John.
What? I can do it that now. Listen, I had to fight a cow. and pick a lock with a lot of dice.
A
So
lot
I
of
have,
dice.
I have no regrets. All right. So I do 1 damage automatically, and then 4 more hits, and he actually could defend it. So someone needs to roll 2 green dice.
Here we go.
If you do block it, I'll be outraged.
I rolled a 1. Low roll.
He doesn't, so he's dead.
Nice.
His robot corpse is mine.
In case your audience is wondering, this is pretty much what game night is on Thursday nights when we broadcast from the office. It's pretty much us
Yeah, every
playing.
Not to take away views from Lucky, but
Oh, that's yeah.
if
It's
there's
okay.
anyone here who wants to migrate over to our channel, which
Watch us play board games and be dicks to each other. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Actually, I'll plug you in a second. Just gotta get your.
Sweet.
What is it? Kerberos Production? I don't have it on hand here. What's your Twitch, exactly?
Yeah, Kerberos Productions, all one word.
All one word. Okay.
Twitch.
Kerberos. For some reason, you're not in my history. Productions.
I'm just going to amuse myself throwing dice around the table. Which is just like real life.
Right?
Yeah,
This is what we should do instead of playing the game in real life from now on.
So it's...
And make sure you guys follow Kerberos Productions. I hijacked their usual stream time, but usually around this time on Thursday night they stream various things. Their board games, other board games. They
Sometimes
bit of
we
Pit of
show
Doom
some
sometimes
footage
even.
of Pod. Yep,
Yeah.
Pit of Doom.
That was
That's
the first
true.
time I saw it, and I was super hyped. I was like, "What is this? Looks amazing!" So make sure you guys toss them a follow.
Maybe just for S giggles, we'll play Fort Zombie one time.
I would like to see that.
That's a good idea. That will be fun.
That game was so crazy. We did so much fun
Classic.
stuff. Yep.
Classic horror.
Okay, who's doing what?
I killed a robot, so my turn is over. I got to take down my ammo and food. Then that's
Have
it. My turn's
Have
over.
we bored the audience past all ability to ask questions?
I think we've tapped out the questions. So from,
It's winding down. Some
I got,
people are in Europe.
Yeah, I got one more. Actually, no. No, that's the end of the
Now
questions. Yeah.
Now we're curious.
No, we are out of questions. I've cleared the backlog.
There you go.
So now it's medic's turn, or the medic already did?
No,
did
no,
taunting?
it's my turn.
Okay.
I'm in the room. I'm in position to just gave
It's
up
too
some
crowded in
space.
there.
I'm going to combat baton and the cow.
It's basically a cattle prod, if you think about it.
Yep.
That was a good roll. 4 hits. So it takes 4 damage.
Damn.
And food goes down. End of my turn.
Okay.
Lucky, you're up.
There we go. I'm gonna attack the cow, right? Yeah. Yes. All right. Well, it's pretty high roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9 hammer piercing damage to weapon. So, put one on the vibro knife. So 5 damage on that thing. It has. Oh, it's down to 1. So close. You got it? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, eat food and I end my turn. Okay, monster phase time. I will continue role playing as the cow. Who's the cow attacking? Who wants to fear my fearsome hooves? It's attacking Marine, yeah. Okay. Roll defense, Mr. Marine. Here we go. Unless I roll 0, which I did. And nothing.
Choose on the armor a little bit, though.
Oh yeah, that's right. Armor damage to flak jacket marine.
Think about using that armor repair kit soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And now, oh, there's this thing too. Forgot. This moves 1 towards us. And watering track. I'll go ahead and roll it. I rolled a 2.
Two.
So
Go ahead.
1 and 2. And that's the end of the monster phase. Special action phase. Anyone want to do anything?
I'm going to repair my armor.
Okay.
2 green dice.
Did you roll for disease again this turn?
Yeah, I need to do that too.
Okay.
I fixed 1 point off my armor. Is that it?
How's everyone's weapons and armor? Weapons doing?
I guess my weapon's all right. You can got the 1 damage on it.
I'm gonna eat a
On my
Sulphurus.
auto pistol.
I'm gonna nom nom then.
Nom, 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 nom.
Maybe I will too.
And I am going to...
1, 2, 3, 4.
Should eat now because Martin got all that food.
Exactly.
Actually, maybe I shouldn't have eaten that food. I probably shouldn't have.
There, I reduced my disease by 1.
All right, so special action phase. That's
And we
end
did
of
the
that.
looting already. Yep.
Looting, nothing, and then turn order.
All right, because the cow's still there.
Mhm.
Darn cow.
Scout, medic, marine engineer.
Shouldn't we get the scout to go do foraging things this turn? Instead of
Yeah.
killing the cow? And I'd like
Not
to
a
kill the
bad
cow
idea.
because that is some mad food. crap.
Yeah,
Yes.
I definitely want to. Let's
I'm
see
not
here,
sure
want
about-
to-
Leaving the engineer
Oh.
all alone with the crazed cow.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Don't you worry.
Ow!
He's only got the 1 health left.
The
Maybe
hooves, they
we'll
hurt
go
so
and-
much.
Maybe we'll go and see what the C item was going to be. Now I feel like now is the right time. Before, no, too early. Now is perfect, which is why I waited.
The John School of I meant to do that.
It's all. That's why you keep the plan loose. Let's see here. So forage roll. I got a good forage. So right forward. So 7 red dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's every 4 hits. Let's see if I can get a couple. Alright, here we go. Rolling these red
Phenomenal.
dice, getting some items.
Oh, nice.
1,
is
2,
good.
yes. 3, 4, 5, 6,
Booyah!
Double C.
2 C items. Alright, I gotta draw these. C1, C2, C4. Yes, the bullet
Oh.
mill and the sandwich. They're mine.
You're my
Both
friend.
mine. I don't need anyone anymore. I've got a bullet factory and a delicious sandwich.
John, the epitome of the team player.
That was a good one. I can do it again next time. Oh, I also have to roll a d6 because of
Yeah.
the radiation.
Yes, you do.
But
This loot ain't
I
free, brah.
feel pretty lucky about.
Oh no,
uh-oh.
that's a dirty one.
That's 3 levels of poison.
God, poison. How many levels?
Trey.
3.
3. That's too many.
Oh.
Oh, there's one on me already. You guys are
Who got that? Who's got the anti-venom that we picked up ages?
I do.
Okay.
Forrest.
Whoa.
My good.
See how much it's worth to John.
My good friend.
I see you like living. What's that
Okay,
worth to you?
Okay.
Is it worth a bullet mill?
I can use my bullet mill to
This
make
is now a
bullets for
bartering
you.
game? Is that what's going on?
Sure.
Well, all right. So, okay, that's my turn. And God, is it 2 health? Does it go up if you have more stacks, or does it just
No.
it just lasts longer?
Yeah.
Yep.
So okay, that's good. So 2 health. Blah.
You take off
I'm
the
gonna
poison,
eat this
though.
sandwich, and everything will be all right.
You take off a charge of the poison, though.
Is it? Yeah, because my turn is now. My
Yep.
turn is now over. So.
All right.
Sorry about the
There we
coughing. My throat is still full of gunpowder smoke last night.
It's all good. I do have a random question from chat here. So Benzin asks, what language, engine, and environment do you develop in?
C++ and Unreal 4.2. Was there another question there?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
Yep. Again, he can feel free to ask more questions about that. If it's more information.
All right. Is it worth it to go in and? Well, John's gonna take 4 more damage.
I don't think it's worth going in there myself, but
No.
Yeah. No,
Clear the
not
bat,
as
maybe.
medic.
Or,
Yeah, I'll go fight the bat.
although I
wow.
wish I could, because you're better off forging them.
Forgot about the bet.
Yeah, I'm just gonna transfuser it. Restore my 1 missing health.
Yes, there you go. Forgot. Yes, I will occasionally break out into robot chicken songs.
Double special.
How much defense is that? It's 2, right?
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and
Yeah.
roll it. Meow.
Oh, and it blocks both of them, but it still takes 2 damage from the specials.
What are you
It's
attacking
dead.
with?
I was attacking with the transfuser.
Oh, the transfuser. Nice.
That's the whole point of a transfuser. No one wants to be transfused.
So my ammo goes down, my health goes up. What a
Oh.
nice healthy exchange.
Healthy exchange, yeah.
Also a big Harvey Birdman fan. Harvey Birdman, an excellent source of phrases.
No, I never watched that one.
Oh, it was great. Especially,
Now's the
it was
perfect
especially
time to-
great.
Nope.
Go ahead, John.
I was just saying, now's the perfect time to get back into it because they just put out a special
But then,
episode I think it was just last week. The
That's awesome.
hilarious political commentary episode.
No, having grown up on all that Hanna-Barbera crap, it was awesome.
From the far off year of 2003.
Really. No, I like when the Jetsons are riding the sidewalk and it stopped. They can't.
Yeah, they're like, we're doomed.
They barely survive. Okay, come on. Is it my turn? I got nothing
Yes.
to do because there's nothing to kill.
Well,
What's a
there's-
clumsy, not very foragey
Oh, is this
marine
cow?
to do?
Is cow still up?
Well, no, you want to kill it though,
Yeah,
don't you?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can finish it off.
kind of respecting. I'm gonna go loot some bullets just for fun. Forage skill, which I don't have, so that's brains. Not a great skill.
Also, don't have. Oh,
3 dice.
I will be back momentarily.
There, a 3. That got me 2 points of ammo. I'll take it.
All right, I'll put a marker on the room there.
And a food down. Remind me to eat some food this round. Okay, my turn's done. See, I do super efficient turns.
All right.
It's almost like I designed this thing or something.
All right, cow is dead as heck.
Yes.
this meat is murdered.
Delicious bovine, come to me. All right. All right, so I eat food and I end my turn.
Having grown up on a ranch, I'm familiar with the way that cows turn into hamburgers.
All right, special action phase. Anybody want to do anything on the special action phase?
Bum.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Think I'm good.
Oh, food.
Oh, did you roll disease this turn again?
Yep, I need to roll that too. So,
I am good on special actions.
then that pile of dice is a reduction. Gone. And now I will eat some food. Nom nom nom. Nom nom. Done.
Okay. Looting phase. Oh man, this is too much loot for me to carry, I think.
I was gonna say, well, we can come in afterwards on our way out.
Oh yeah, items just hang around all the time. I think I
Yep.
have food to eat, so I might be able to carry it all. Let's see.
Poor engineer, and then the marine will come and push you down and take all your stuff. Laser carb. Had 2
Alright.
breaching charges. I should have stayed in the room.
I'm gonna take. I'm
Give
gonna
me that
see if I can
stuff,
take
nerd.
everything. gonna eat this food. So 1, 2,
You better not eat that laser carbine.
just to make space.
Actually, I think you should keep the laser carbine.
Yeah, I probably will.
Yeah, that makes you a
1,
heavy
2,
hitter.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, I am 2 items above, so
Burn those breaching
Charge,
charges right away.
Yeah. See how many monsters we can attract.
I want to farm stuff. All right,
Really?
so there's 2 breaching charges in this room.
Oh, that's actually a really great find. Because I kind of lose my ability to enter rooms on the second floor,
All right,
even with good dice.
looting phase is over, so let's do
Yeah.
turn order. 4 staying here.
I
So what do you guys want to do for turn
first.
order?
Yeah. Green goes first.
We're just looting at this point, I presume, right?
Yeah, and someone should head us off the.
Well, how about Marine's generally the best person to get us out of here, right?
Yeah, it's actually no, because I need to go get those 2. I need to go here and
Get the
get those
breaching
2.
charges?
Let's get the breaching
Yeah.
charges. I want to take another round at
I
this.
mean, someone else who's better at forging can do that, maybe. I mean, I can do that. No, I can't do that because I don't have any room.
I mean, we're not hurting.
launchers.
We don't
Yeah.
have to super optimize, right? So I'm taking those. I just need to get those breaching charges,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And I can forage just for fun.
Well, is this our turn order then? Is this what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was all the way back there, so.
What? Forging for ammos.
4, so I get. Actually, I will give. I will only take 1, and the other 3 points go to the engineer.
1, 2, 3.
Because suddenly he has to worry about bullets.
Yeah. I got a big boy gun now.
Exactly. I'm a big kid now. Okay, I'm done.
All right. Forest is up.
Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do? I need food. I'm gonna go forage in the supply room.
Can we start asking the audience questions? Like, best game company or best game company ever?
What's the
bestest
best
game
game company ever? Or
No,
what's-
it's just us. Are we the best
Yeah.
game company or are we the best game company ever? Those are your only 2 choices.
Okay.
We've learned to constrain the debate to our advantage.
All right. I'll start a poll. Is Kerberos the
That's
best? Is Kerberos Productions the best video game company? First option, yes. Second option, absolutely.
Absolutely,
Also
exactly. And we are also big. And we are also bigly.
Are you
Oh,
rolling for
wait.
sea loot? Is that what's
I,
going on?
nope, I was supposed to be rolling for food. Forgot it was green. I need to roll for green. There we go. 3. I get 2 points of food. So that was all right. And then my food goes down because it's the end of my turn.
I think it's so little food. Holy moly. All right, Scout, you're up.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take another crack at getting some sea items.
Before you flop face down, turning green and.
Well, I'm already in the room, so I don't.
Yeah, you don't have to reroll. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I can. I do have to take damage from poison. Don't let me forget doing that. But I'll do that after I soften the blow with sweet items. Now, what was it again? It was 7 dice. Yep. Ghost is giving me dice.
Oh, unlucky. There's a cheetah in the B, C, and D deck, so there's 3 cheetahs in the entire
Holy
game.
I got killed by a
shit.
cheetah last time I played on a B deck. So, yep, I know. The thing wrecked me for 20 damage.
3 sea items.
Holy.
Holy moly!
What the hell's that roll? Are you cheating or what? What is
No,
this?
he's
that
cheating.
was
That was a legit roll.
Holy
The
crap!
rest of us are talking, and he just cheats.
This is why I waited till now. This was all part of the plan.
I love that even though it's a co-op game, we can still be bitter about it.
Can you even carry all that stuff?
Oh,
Oh,
room sweeper.
can
Oh.
I carry on? I
Oh.
think so. I've got a lot of inventory space
Yeah, I think so.
still.
The slot switch is nice too.
Auto shotgun in one hand, the sword in the other, while having
And And an infinity food up his nose.
Now clench between the teeth so I can eat it faster. Yes, this pleases me.
No kidding.
Well worth the horrible poison I was afflicted with. So
Okay, we should just now high speed slaughter our way through this game. It's not going to get any better.
Pretty
I
good lead
got
for
the
floor one.
sot switch and the hero sot switch. I think that means I win automatically.
Exactly, trifecta. You just have to get the
So,
Yeah,
Sword of the Stars.
Do you guys want me to leave
Yeah.
now, or do you want me to forage
Yeah.
for food?
No, leave.
You don't want me to forage for food?
Let's get
We're
rolling.
gonna wrap up this floor.
Why wouldn't I forage for food instead?
Um,
It buys us.
because
otherwise
we're not hurting that much for food, and
I know,
the
but
rest
we
of us
don't
will-
lose any time. Right?
We lose 4 more food though.
Yeah,
right?
but
we
if I
lose the
gain
entire
4 more
next turn.
food, let's say I gain 3 or
Then-
4 food, then we can get more ammo, right?
I'm full of ammo.
I got room.
Right. You're a little. Medic's a little
Medic's
low.
got room.
I mean,
'Cause-
like I said, we can leave it for a vote.
If there wasn't
right?
food, I'd say yeah, let's get out of here. But because there's food, I think we should grab
Well,
it.
we got 3 forages, and I can leave the. Okay. Well, no, there'll be 2 forages. No, that'll be enough. Okay. Sure. If you want to forage, go nuts.
Yeah, I would rather. If it wasn't food, I would agree. But because it's food, let's go.
Let's do it. One more round.
3.
Did we do the monsters for this?
Well,
Oh,
it's
no,
still my
it's
turn,
still,
so I'm still.
Still
rolling.
engineer's turn. Right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So I have what? Just brains, right? So 5 foraging.
Yeah.
All right. Like it's not much food, but
Food is good.
whoa, that's a high roll if I ever saw one.
God,
1,
I'm
2,
hungry
3,
in
4,
real
5,
life
6,
now.
7, 8. So that's every 3 shields. So 8 is only 4 food actually. So medic, you can have all 4. Force feeding
thank
you.
you.
I'm force feeding you.
This game's gotten weird.
Yeah.
I'm the foie gras of medics. Fantastic.
I eat food and I end my turn.
Quiet, goose boy.
All right, it's monster
Honk.
phase. So no one's in the hallway, so we'll just roll one red dice. 2. 1, 2, and so
New.
and
Special
then,
action phase.
Special action, yeah. All right, medic, I need to give you something. I have no space. Would you like a used Sulphurous ration?
Only lick twice.
Only like twice. Can I give you this?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay. There you go. Have my used Sulphurous ration.
Bum, 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 bum.
Or do you already want the pistol?
Nope,
Yeah.
I'm good.
'Kay.
Transfusers.
Yeah. Pretty good. I mean, if you don't need to shoot with it. It's flimsy, so the pistol
It is, but
is a
not
good
bad.
backup weapon, considering I have a carbine.
Oh right, you have a carbine now.
Yeah.
I'd still keep the pistol.
Okay.
Is that new?
Yeah, new
looted
turn.
all the rooms, so
Yep.
new turn. Engineer, medic, scout, marine.
All right, you want me to go first? So I'll go get some ammo. Who needs ammo? Most the medic does.
It's fine. I got my insta use. I really need it.
Just well, I guess I'll just get ammo for myself then. All right, I'm gonna go over where Mr. Marine is. The Marine forged that once already, right?
Yep. There
Alright,
should be an X there.
slap one on there. And it's my foraging in red dice. Okay, so 5 red dice. Whee! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6 total ammo. Is that correct? Yes.
That is correct.
6 total ammo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for me, and 1 for the Marine, if you can. Oh, he's full. Darn. Yeah. Okay. I burnt one ammo. No.
You just throw it away.
I eat
All
it.
right.
I eat it and gain a food. Huh?
Internal storage.
Come on, there's got to be somewhere I could put this ammo. All right, that's it. I eat food and I have my turn.
Then it is.
Medic. Let's see. Not really anything for me to do. I'm just gonna go with the exit.
There's one more forage you could do over there.
Yeah, but that's better if the scout does it.
Yeah, apparently I'm the king of foraging.
Does the scout?
Apparently.
Scout doesn't really have room for ammo. I think
Oh,
he,
that's true.
Yeah, I think
All right,
he
that's
has
fair.
to.
Yeah, but I don't need a lot of ammo. Is the
Sure.
I have a-
Then I'll go
I
and I'll
have
forward.
I have a
Yeah.
factory that makes it.
So
I'll
instead,
leave if we-
that extra shot, I randomly shoot it in the air like a cowboy.
Into the ceiling, which immediately bounces back and hits you in
Wow.
the head.
Oh, take a damage.
2 points of ammo.
All right,
Not foraging very well, so that's okay.
happens to the best of us. Random question from chat from Billy Brotherman: Is Pit 2 gonna have new lore or a story, or is it gonna? Yeah, I guess it's kind of his question was a little worded weird, but yeah, is Pit 2 gonna have new lore / story?
Yep, new lore and slash story. Yep.
And extending that, what about Pit of Doom?
Pit of Doom? No. That's what we're doing. I mean, you get two people where people want a sequel. It's like, just do the same game again. I love it. Just make it look better and stuff like that. It's like, you know what? Pit of Doom is different enough that it's, in our minds, it's groovy just to translate everything, right?
Yeah.
There'll be a bit more lore. It won't be just nothing, right?
Yeah.
Nothing new. There'll be some new bits. But, no, Pit 2 will be lots of new stuff. It will take place on a different planet.
Dun dun dun.
Our Buddhist.
All we're going to say.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, right. Turns over.
Benzin11 asks, is there going to be any new content for the Pit after Pit 2 will be out?
What more do you want?
I was supposed to say that game
There's
that
so
game
many.
is ruptured at the seams. I've tried to tell them a few times, like, that game is as full as it can be. The code base is like literally you can hear it screaming.
There's only so many color variants I can make.
It's like Mr. Creosote at in a Monty Python flick.
Yeah, I knew the answer to that question. I could answer it. Although,
Yeah.
when I've been asked this question in the past, a long time ago, just like, is anything new going to come with the Pit? And this was like in gold times. I'm like, I think they're done with
Yeah.
it. And then
Yeah,
you guys,
exactly.
and then like a month later, you guys come out with like another character. I'm like, what? Really? Okay.
Well,
thanks.
I mean,
Cool.
if you a while back, you asked about what influence the fans had on the Pit. That would really be it. We were planning to quit quite a bit earlier, and the fans kept asking for more,
There you
and
go.
we kept giving them more. Right? So yeah, they're the fan base can take total credit for that one.
We've given you enough, you monsters.
That's right.
They're only human. At least I think they're.
That's right. Like I said, that thing with the Lich was just us going really above and beyond, right? 'Cause-
Yeah.
Like that idea sprang from we did a Halloween update because we did like holiday
Yep.
updates
Mhm.
where we just threw in zombie, and then I spent like hours like staring at one, and I was like, wait a minute, we could make a character out of this.
Yeah. Nice.
Anyway, my
Scout's
turn.
going?
So yeah, okay. I think we've cashed this floor, so I will
I'm
be the one
leaving.
to.
Okay, I'm leaving too.
We're gonna co-leave.
Exactly. We'll do simultaneous turns.
But I do have to take 2 damage.
Oh.
That's the last of the
I
poison.
should probably stop doing stuff on your character sheet.
Damn,
Do it on
man.
And
mine.
have you been putting my food down?
Just this one turn, honest.
How dare you? I'm gonna shuffle your cards around.
Exactly.
Where's this?
I'm telling Mom.
You stay on your side. This is my side.
So the Benzin11 comments, the person who asked the question about, is there any new stuff for the original Pit? He says, after that answer, he says, he thought the same thing, but he kept getting DLC, so he figured he'd ask.
Yep. No, it's
So I think
fantastic.
it's a fair question. I think it's a
It is, it is.
It's a
But like I said,
hilariously
it's-
fair question. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tribute to how much we loved you guys, because like I said, we were just done like 2 years before you thought we were done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because you guys would ask for a new character, be like, we can't do that, and it's like, can't we?
It's like, no, we can't do a robot character. No way. And then you come out with an undead
Yeah.
character. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you guys are also really off buying the new stuff, right? That's also really great, right?
Yeah, like we wouldn't have done it if there hadn't been a market for it, and there definitely
Right.
was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
God.
and also it just went like you put stuff out sometimes, and people are like, oh, look, it's a thing,
Sure.
but like
Yeah.
it got grabbed up. It's like, okay, great, like
Oh
you
yeah,
have
I actually have
earned the
2 more
insanity.
Pit of Doom keys to give out. I almost forgot about those.
That's right.
I'm gonna do a piece of trivia right now.
Yep.
So let me get that ready. This one will. Well, I mean, unless this one will come from me.
Sure.
Let me write it down first.
While he's doing that, let's sweep the floor. Sweep the floor while he's doing the question.
Sure.
Forrest,
Sure.
you know how to do this like rockets.
I don't know that I have it in me for another whole entire floor.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens the first few
See what
rooms.
it looks like.
Yeah.
So okay, should be.
Yeah,
be
I am running out of voice for.
All right, chat. So Pit of Doom key coming up. So first person to answer this question in chat answers it gets the Pit of Doom key. Very simple one. So have those fingers ready. When did Sword of Stars: The Pit release on Steam? What year did Sword of Stars: The Pit release on Steam?
Sad is that I couldn't answer this question.
I don't actually know this myself.
Years.
It's
of
all a
collecting
blur.
Oh, nice.
Have a nice day.
Someone-
What we got?
Yep.
So many nice
Nice.
days.
Sweet.
Yeah, so speaking of lines that'll get into pod, have a nice day. We'll definitely get there.
So Patan says 2010. Existential says 2009. Do any of Kerberos know this answer on top of their head? Or should I don't have to?
We
dig?
might have to Wikipedia
We have
it.
to wiki it. That's so hilarious.
I always thought it was 2013, but I could be wrong.
It's not 2013. Like, oh, maybe it is.
Might be. Wasn't 2012 SOTS 2?
I'm going to cheat.
2011
Look,
was SOTS 2, wasn't it?
God. This looks bad. This looks bad,
Looks
guys.
The best game development
Is it?
company on earth doesn't even know when their shit comes
Yeah.
out.
Exactly. Well, we didn't say we had. We didn't say we hadn't gone senile. We were just.
February 21st. If people don't, yeah, 2013. So
2013.
It's-
Yeah. All right, Ben.
so long ago that Steam doesn't even record the start date for the game anymore. Damn it!
Looks like you got it, Benson 11. I'll send you. It's so annoying. I can't whisper you. And when I pop out the chat, that's so silly.
That the system admin cards remind some new thing that shows up in Pit of Doom is something that like the floor tries to kill you. Like that entire floor is.
Yeah.
That might be a reflected thing. And
Hey Benson, can you type anything in chat for me? Just it might make it easier for me having the technical thingies. I guess it was worth staying up till 4:30 in the morning. It certainly was, my friend. All right.
We respect your dedication
All right.
and hope you have fun in pod.
Yeah, big thanks to
Oh.
Kerberos for providing these keys. Thank you guys. I appreciate it a lot.
No problem. Thank you guys for showing up and showing interest and asking cool questions.
All right, here we go. How long do your usual streams go on Thursdays?
5 to 8 usually,
5 to 8. Okay.
Pacific Standard.
depending on the
Okay.
game. Yeah.
All right. So if it's okay with you guys, we can probably call it here.
Sure.
Call it an interview and a board game session. That was a lot
Yep.
of great fun. Thanks again for agreeing and doing this with me. It was super fun.
Oh, no problem.
yeah, it was super fun.
Yeah, you know we like you, Lucky.
I like you guys too for making awesome games and
It-
among other things.
It was very inspiring back in the day watching you guys stream the game. By the way, that helped a lot for us when we were working hard in the early days. Right?
Cool. Nice.
Watching you and watching Crazy Russian Dude.
Crazy Russian dude. Yeah.
What's his name? I can't remember his
Tornus?
name.
Yeah, Tornus.
Tornus, yes,
Yeah,
Tornus. Oh
yeah.
God, we love Tornus.
I was like, which crazy Russian dude? There's a couple.
That's
of
right,
them
yeah.
out there.
That's right.
There's about
Tortoise was
110 million
wonderful.
of them.
Yeah.
That's right.
We're gonna do one more giveaway. This one's gonna be completely random. It's gonna be just a raffle. So stick around for that. Let me get that set up. Log in.
Yeah, everybody, thanks for showing up. Tell
Yes.
people about Pit of Doom. Tell your friends. Get them
Yes.
to buy it.
Yeah, won't lie. Exposure is what we need.
Buy our games.
Buy our games. Enjoy our games.
Doesn't mean expose yourself to us, but
Actually, if you can expose yourself and get arrested, please talk
Yeah.
about Pod while they're dragging you off and the local
Yeah, just
news is filming
Scream our company name as loud as
That's
you can
right.
over and over.
you over and over. Right.
All right. So the keyword is going to be !pod. So if anyone wants to enter, go ahead and do that. You got I sent you a direct message, Benson. Can you just confirm you got it? Just let me know. All right. Hope you guys like the format I chose. I thought it would be pretty cool to show off the
Yeah,
board game.
this
at the
was
same
actually
time. Kind of a
this
casual,
is-
something to do in the background in between the questions. I think it was a lot
Yep.
of fun.
Like I said, if you want to do it again, let us know. When we're doing our own board game thing, we're also very amenable to questions, so that's cool. So this format was really great.
Yeah, so every
Really enjoyed
Thursday
it.
you guys can go
Yep.
go bug Kerberos on their stream and
That's right. That's right.
help them with questions.
we'd be
and
happy to have you.
concerns.
And watch us contribute to the swear jar.
All right, chat. So !pod to
Oh,
get
that's
into
right. We
the.
could have sworn this.
Yes, we could have been vulgar the whole.
God damn it.
Yeah, don't need to be PG-13 over here. I'm cool with it.
Mother pus buckets.
that's just gross.
It's a classic line from a classic actor.
Yeah, the next trivia list question is list all of the planets that were references in the original Sword of the Stars game.
No, the
List
trivia.
every single one.
That's right. No. The trivia question would be: name the Kerberos company member who has the oldest running Ghostbusters fan site on the internet.
What the hell? Is that for
like
real?
us
Is
some
that some serious?
That's real. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Oldest
And-
running
and it's-
Ghostbusters fan site. Is that
Fan
what I heard?
site. Yep. And it's not me.
And it's not you. All right.
Not me.
Oh.
Though I once, when I first met the person, horrified them because we were talking movies, and you know that thing where you're getting to know someone at work and that sort of thing, and it's going well. It's like, oh, you like fish? I like fish. Oh, that's groovy. And then they're like, yeah. And then I often eat it in front of the feet of my Lord Satan. And you go, that look on your face, and you go, I have to get out of this conversation. That's the exact look I got when I said, yeah, but Ghostbusters 2, not very good. The look of sadness and horror on their face was truly frightening.
Ellie Mae Clampett says that they know the answer to that trivia. Is that someone from Kerberos? Ellie Mae
Nope.
Clampett? No? Okay, I thought I
Nope,
saw that
but she
name
does-
in your Discord.
She shows up to at the door and bang at the door to let her in until we let her play on game night sometimes.
Okay. Hey, Ellie Mae Clampett. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
that name before. I forgot where, but I think it was probably in your Discord.
Yeah, she is known. She's known to the company and to the police.
That's why she's got the inside info. I see.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, last chance! ! POD to get a free Pit of Doom key. And we're gonna run it in about 30 seconds. Not many entrants right now, so you got a pretty good chance.
Do 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 do.
Looks like most people already have it because not many entrants.
Well, they could get it and gift it to someone else.
Yeah, if you already own it, feel free to go for it. Especially right now because there's not many entrants. I think it is case sensitive. I'm not sure. Actually, I think Benoit, you're in. Yeah, I thought it was case sensitive. But looks like it isn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's right, Benoit. There you go.
Yay!
There you go. We're pushing.
Congrats,
on that.
Benoit.
No, he didn't win it. He didn't win
Balls.
it.
Oh.
I was just saying he
Sorry.
entered it properly.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought it was Kiss.
He also did get the Nobel Prize for those balls he invented. So
Womp womp.
he's already a prize winner.
Yeah, you guys met Benoit in real life, I believe. He sent me a picture of himself hanging around with you guys at some board game expo. Yeah, I don't know
Yep.
what his real name is, but
We've been
What-
to a
what
couple
town?
this year, so
Which town was it in?
that I don't know. But maybe
Yeah,
we'll see if he went
'cause-
for it. He met you
so
guys at
PAX, he's
PAX.
saying.
PAX?
Oh,
Yeah.
so he would have met either myself or Chris Stewart.
Chris Stewart. Yeah. I did not face PAX. I was at Origins and the con down in Portland, and then the ones in
sure.
Vancouver.
All right, let's do this giveaway. 3, 2, 1, roll it. Batan's
Da-da-da-da.
9. Congrats, buddy. I'll send you a message.
Well done.
Send you a
Congratulations.
message.
This is me clapping close to my microphone.
All right.
I may not understand technology.
We heard it. We heard it.
That's it.
All right, so I think I'm gonna end my stream there. So thanks everyone for coming over, and I'll say
Thanks
goodbye to
for having us.
Kerberos, and
Yep.
see you guys next time.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Thanks
Thanks
for
for your
watching.
interest. Take care, Lucky. Bye.